slave duty. Man, oh man, first world problems. Mega tornadoes. Thank you for joining us. Wow. You guys sit right there a second. We're live, everybody. Woohoo! If you're going to catch this on the replay, we thank you tremendously for that. We are busy, 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 but I'm never too busy for you guys. So thank you all for the thumbs up when you come in. If you're new to us, if you're catching this on the recap, well, like, subscribe, share. And yes, we would like to have a new beach house if anybody has one they'd like to give away. Ooh, never happens, but all right. I got some work to do here in the kitchen. Somewhere else. Put some white there. All right. These are the lids. Welcome to my kitchen. We are, looks like we're going to get storms. We are predicted to get storms literally any time. Well, as we sit here and chat tonight, man, we may have a tornado. We are in Tornado Alley today. Don't be shy when you come in. We're having a party. Hello to everybody there in the background. Good to see you all. Don't be shy. Say hi. Thank you all for the thumbs up. for assembling these. See how pretty this is? If you would like to buy one of these today and today only, I don't know, $125,000 will get you one. You got to come here and pick it up. This is a very, very special dish you can only find at our party. There's no other place in the entire world that's going to be serving this, but right here at our party. It was made by a professional chef from the Philippines. What? What?
I'm looking about your quality.
Somebody's checking up on me. Well, there's Go-Go, Boost,
Oh my goodness, Rob said a prawn cocktail.
Hello there, Go-Go, how are ya?
Prawn like a shrimp?
Huh?
Prawn? P-R-A-W-N cocktail? Is like a
Yeah,
shrimp
shrimp
cocktail?
cocktail. Yeah.
I mean,
Go-Go, how are you? Good to see you. It's been a while since we've seen you. Hello, just 1 penny? Well, I was hoping for a little bit more.
What about?
I mean, not everybody in the world will get one of these. You know, this is a very special dish. If you want to buy 2 of them, I will drop the price to, I don't know. How about 100,000 for 2? Does that work? I'm glad you're doing good. We haven't seen you in a while. Let's see. Sunshine's back in the house. I'm saying hello to Brian. Well, Brian was my brother. So, you know, and he's passed away now. But Brian was my brother. Sunshine, how are you doing? I'm loading up desserts for our big, gigantic event. This is a very... Jimmy's in the house. I hear Lorelai. Yes, she's in the house too. She's sitting right there.
Oh, Rob? Who is this?
Jimmy, our friend Jimmy.
Oh, she's having a baby now?
Jimmy's not having a baby
How's
out.
Jimmy?
Jimmy says, I hear Lorelai. She's in the house. She is.
I am cooking.
We're prepared. We're doing all the prep work for the big party tomorrow is what we're doing.
Busy. I need to slice
How many
more.
of these am I making?
See, you're complaining already. That's why I don't
Tina
make your
Marie.
lumpia.
Tina
I
Marie.
give 50.
All right. Tina Marie is in the house all the way from Vietnam. Are you still in Vietnam, Tina, or are you in the Philippines?
She moved from Thailand, now she's in Vietnam. Okay.
Yeah.
The one I instructed you, your
I know what I'm doing.
I put you to put in
And I
here
wish
in
you
the
had
can.
gave me a
Put it in
better-
the can so that it will not be, your spoon will be here so that it will not drown there. You put it here when you're done. Oh yeah, it will swimming later.
You're in Manila. She's in
They
Manila.
cannot see you, you're gonna zoom a little bit.
Why? They can see me. What? Why?
You're too zoomed.
I'm too zoomed? Here. We can't go out.
Here. Push the in the top. The
Here?
rewind. And a little bit. The facing back.
This?
Then put it again.
Yeah, Miss Filipina.
Well, you're darker. You want some light?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to change the
yeah.
freaking light. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
See, it's gonna be swimming before you know it. Here, you put in there.
I'm just something. If I'm doing this, right? If I'm the one doing this,
No, you volunteer it.
right? I'm the one doing this. So shouldn't I be allowed to do this way I want to do it, Jimmy? Maria says yes.
No, because I don't
you
want the
do.
spoon will be swimming.
It's not going to be swimming. You should have gave me a longer spoon, one of those other bigger spoons.
It will. It's hard to fit.
No,
on the...
it's not for
Oh my
me.
love.
Because I'm a man. I know how to do things. Tita says hello to you.
Who?
Tita Marie says hello to you.
Tita, how are you?
And Jimmy was saying something. Let me catch up with Jimmy. Jimmy's telling you to behave, I think. What did Jimmy say? Actually, Lorelai's half correct. My daughter is Brutus. I'm going to be a grandpa. Wow. I figured that's what that means logically. So congratulations, Jimmy. Are they going to name the baby after me? If you know, you might want to encourage them to do that. It wouldn't offend me if they named the baby after me. I'm just saying, you know, no pressure.
There's a lot of ribs.
David's in the house. You're exactly the executive chef. Woohoo! Jimmy says, you watch the critique. Lorelai is the sous chef. She works. That's right.
Oh, is that the sous chef?
Jimmy. Jimmy says
Oh,
you're the
you're
sous chef.
biased. David's my sous chef.
And I'm the executive.
I'm the chef. You're the... See? You see that one?
What? I'm not even using that. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
That's what I'm saying. This is for the mixture for the big one.
Well, I know. Why don't you?
Then I do that one. It will be swimming.
Yeah, but if you duck this over here, like this, there wasn't a problem. All right, go back to what you're doing. Quit harassing the boss. Let's see. I got to get the chat where I can read it better. So I don't look like I'm an idiot trying to bow down every second. Sorry, guys. Oh, shit. Now I don't even know where I'm at. All right, where am I at? Tita Marie must be drunk. No, she's not drunk. It's too early. She says the wifey is so pretty. Oh, my God, you're going to make her head explode, Tita. David's in the house. Yes, David, hello, my friend from Tita. Happy early birthday. Yes, it is Miss Lorelai's birthday tomorrow. And we are just getting some of the prep work done. Right now, I am packing up a very unique and special dish made by a professional chef from the Philippines. You will find this dish nowhere else in America, for that matter. And if you would like to buy some, I'm only selling it, since I gave a discount earlier, one for $100,000. That's it. Cheap today. Today and today only. You can buy this for $100,000 American money. I don't want any funny money. Jamie is in the house. The queen of avocados is here, saying happy birthday to you, Lorelai. And we've been working hard, or Lorelai's been working hard on this party. I just sit around and look cute. You guys, give me all a thumbs up if you would, if you haven't done that. We got a big shipment of goodies in earlier. You guys probably missed that. But you'll see them on display tomorrow. James Robinson out in California shipped us 2 big old boxes full of potato chips, banana chips, crackers, dessert breads freshly made like this in a bakery in California, a Filipino bakery, a real Filipino bakery. These are fresh, made this week. Sent us a whole box of different types of like sweet cakes and breads and rolls for our big party tomorrow. So we thank James for all that effort. Get that out of the way. All right. Now, Jimmy's going to be a grandpa. I think that's what that means. Jimmy, if you're still there, is this your first one? Are you this the first time you're doing a grandpa thing? Jamie, we hope you're doing well with your baby and the weather. Are you guys having bad weather? I mean, it's been a weird weather day for us. We haven't had any bad weather, but the air felt so hard today. It really felt like it could break out in tornadoes at any second today. I had trouble breathing outside. It was kind of weird. And we are in that thing tonight where this whole part of our country, the central part of the United States, is in danger of tornadoes. Danger of the tornadoes. All right. So So we've been busy, busy, busy campers today. I don't know, I didn't even eat it. There we go. I hope everybody who's hanging out in the Philippines is having a good morning. It's early there. It is what, Sunday morning in the Philippines? No, Saturday morning in the Philippines? Because it's Friday night. Uh-oh, Friday night here in America. We still got a lot of cooking to do tomorrow for the party. So we're trying to get a lot of the prep work done tonight. So we're trying to be organized is what I'm trying to say. We only invited a small number of people, but everybody that we invited is going to be here. Lorelai's got games planned and prizes and a lot of really outstanding food, I'm telling you. You guys will be shocked to see the spread of food tomorrow. I mean, we have, you name it, we got it. We're having some really good barbecue stuff, some American food, a whole bunch of Asian stuff. Woo! Woo! You guys will be drooling. I got about 4 or 5 dishes I'm doing. Lorelai's doing the majority of them. We do have a friend bringing really good lumpia. We have a friend that makes really good lumpia, the best lumpia. Right, Lorelai?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She's the best lumpia maker, I think. I've told her that. Because, you know, I go to a lot of events, and I've been eating lumpia for many thousands of years. And I'm telling you, that lady makes really good lumpia. Hang on. Sorry, I got kind of behind on the chat. I got talking to myself. Roosters are calling me down now. Vikings in the way. How are you? Saying hello to Avocado. David, breakfast soon. Saturday morning, yes. Dennis is in the house. Hello, Dennis. Good to see you. Hello, Miss Jamie. 8:10 a.m. Viking. You got Tinola? Tinola? What the hell's Tinola?
Tinola. Fish. Fish soup. We do the fish sinigang
She's doing fish sinigang
tomorrow.
tomorrow. We got a giant grouper head I think she's using for that. It's a saltwater fish if you don't know. And then we got ribs. We got a lot of good stuff. I'm telling you. You guys will be jealous. You love fish soup with chicken? Is that a thing? You mean like chicken in the soup or chicken on the side?
How does
Huh?
the bird fly on the sea?
How does the bird fly under the sea, my wife says. He says tinola is not fish soup. This is Viking of Norway. Says, then what is it? Tell us.
Well, there's a tinola chicken and there's a tinola fish.
Uh-oh, we're going to get into a language debate. So what makes tinola, I guess is my question.
Base soup. The boiled.
You know, it's kind of like
The boiled one.
being boiled. So can you have like boiled chicken then? Is that kind of what we're
Yeah.
saying? What?
It's a base soup.
And-
You know, like
You got any more lids? And cup?
already did everything.
You got any more?
Well, you did the 25 already.
Well,
It doesn't look.
Well, I'm missing a couple of lids for some reason. Maybe I put 2 lids
Well.
on. It'll be all right.
You're kidding me.
He says, tinola just means soup. It can be with anything. Ah, all right. That's Jimmy. Jimmy coming in to save the day. Grandpa Jimmy. Senegon, same thing. It can be kind of Senegani. And Jimmy loves them both. Jimmy, you're welcome to come to the house. I don't think I like either. Maybe we're missing 2 lids. Maybe the manufacturer shorted us 2 lids. I like soup, but I really don't like, I guess some of the, I mean, I like some Asian soups, but for some reason the fish head soup stuff doesn't really work well for me.
20.
I'm working on it. Man, look at the slave driver.
20. This is 25. We're really short.
Well, see, the company ripped us off. False advertising. They said we were getting 25 of these and 25 lids, and we got ripped off. Backlash is in the house. How are you, my friend? Mrs. Lorelai, how are you, Lorelai?
Good.
Lorelai's doing good. She's the master chef today. I am the boss of all bosses. I'm doing good too, my friend. How are you? We're doing we're doing a lot of prep work is what we're doing for the party tomorrow. Because we got so many things. And right now I'm just, this dish I'm packing up. I don't know what it's called.
Salad. Macaroni salad.
But this is made by a professional Filipina chef. That's what this is. It's a very famous dessert. You're going to only find it in America. Only at this party. If you like soup, you should like all kinds of soup. Just don't eat the fish head. No, the fish head doesn't bother, it doesn't, I don't like the sourness. I do like the broth, and I'm not a big, I love fish. But I don't like fish in soup for some reason. I don't know why it doesn't work for me. You know, like just, if you take even a fish fillet, like tilapia, fish really wet doesn't work for me. But a lot of times they put that really sour, bitter melon stuff in there. And I'm not a sour guy. Let's see what's going on here. But I like the broths. I do. I love egg drop soup and all the other soups. I'm good with all of that. I've been the master of sick person this week. Oh, you had a stomach virus. Ooh, that's not good. Hopefully you're on the mend coming back. Tinola, eating Philippines. Say ota, mari gaga, green chili and chicken. I have no clue what those are. You guys all know, You guys all know how well I speak, you know, Tagalog or Visayan or any of that. You know, I don't have a clue. You're making me hungry and I'm at work. Ooh, you should be hungry. Man, I'm telling you, I'm going to make you even hungry. We're cooking ribs and sliders. We got a barbecue dish with meatballs and little smokies I'm going to make tomorrow. I'm making a very unique cornbread dressing dish. I got a spinach artichoke dip I'm making. Lorelai's made soup. She's made the blood soup. What's it called again? Dinagon? Dinogan? The blood soup? Lorelai's made a bunch of blood soup. We got adobo, pork, and a chicken. We got ham. I'm going to make ham and cheese sliders and also barbecue sliders on those sweet Hawaiian buns is what I'm doing with those. We got rice, of course. What else we got? Oh, we got a lot of stuff from California today. Our good friend James shipped us 2 big boxes, if you didn't see that earlier. Jim says, yeah, Dinagon. Yes, oh boy. Dinagon, the bloody soup, which David is not going to eat. I don't mind liver, and I don't mind it. I just don't think it. Eating stuff with blood in, like blood pudding, it's not the blood that puts me off. I just don't enjoy it. I don't find it all that tasty. But it doesn't gross me out. Same thing with the fish and fish heads. It's not that it grosses me out or anything. It's just like, I just don't, it doesn't work. And it may be because I'm a fat northern boy, right? Meaning I'm used to like clam, chowder, gravies, you know, things that aren't, you know. All right. What else am I making? We do got drinks, normal drinks, nothing special this year. Oh, I was telling you about the breads. See, here's an example. I'll show you. Our good friend, these are fresh baked from California. They were shipped to us from our good friend James Robinson. These are Pandy Lychee 18 pieces rolls. Flour, they're organic-y or they're healthy-ish. You know, they have no preservatives. Flour, water, milk, sugar, margarine, egg, yeast, salt. That's it. So he sent us a whole bunch of different types of snack cakes and chips, but we're keeping the chips. You're not getting those. Also some other really good ubi breads and ubi rolls. So we got a lot of traditional, these are traditional Spanish/Filipino breads. And they were made this week at a bakery in California, a Filipino bakery in California. I'm trying to decide though, thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. If I'm going to, on my barbecue sliders, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to cheese the barbecue sliders or just leave them just plain barbecue. I could do half and half. So, what do you guys think? Clam chowder? Now you're talking. Jimmy, yes. Yes, Jimmy. Woohoo! You know, clam chowder, you know, even the red is good. You know, beef stew is things, you know, I grew up with. So, I do like some of the, I think the soup is from Taiwan. That's really clear. It's a vegetable soup. And the broth is beautifully clear. I love this thing that you find at Taiwan restaurants once in a while. Hang on. Chicken with green curry. Yeah, we do chicken and curry. We do, oh, she's having shrimp too. Yeah, Viking, we like curry, believe it or not. We actually have made curry over the years quite a bit. We like it with shrimp. We make a lot of shrimp curry. We don't want it too spicy, so we do go to the wussy spice. When we go to restaurants and get curry, the funny thing is I always ask them if they have a negative. You know, like, what scale do you want? 1, 2, 3, 4? And I'm like, do you have a -1? So, but one of my, you know, of course, I'm an American, obviously. So, beef stew and chili and taco soup and, you know, things of that nature is what I really like. I love a really good beef stew. Chicken and dumplings is pretty good. I'm not a super fan of dumplings, but I like to eat everything else but the dumpling. So I kind of eat around the dumplings. And that's what I do when she makes soup. If I like the broth, then I drink and eat the broth. Because I think eating or drinking broth, whatever you want to call it, eating or drinking is really good. Yeah, I got dizzy there. Jimmy says, if you like clear soup, okay, then you will like balua. Balua? You ever heard of that, Lorelai? Yeah, what is it? Clear soup? Can you describe it, Jimmy? Yeah, I like clear soup because I like to drink the broth. I'm a big, believe it or not, if I got a really good broth, I'll just drink the broth. And oh, one of my favorite things is mung bean soup. Using mung beans in soup, I really like that. Oh, just beef stock? Okay. Well, that makes sense. Balua, yeah, that's kind of like the word for beef, or yeah, for cows is bovine. So maybe it kind of comes from that word. Yeah, I like beef broth. We have, and I think if I have my pick, I would do chicken broth over beef broth. But yeah, I like soups and breads. Man, we're almost there. Lorelai's phone has been blowing up all day with everybody all excited about the party tomorrow. They're like, woohoo, party time. I only had to run to the store and get something we forgot once today, so that was a miracle. But I forgot something that I should have got when I was there. We're running low on dish soap. We only got about this much. So I gotta go to get her a cake tomorrow. Can anybody remind me when I go pick up her birthday cake at Harps? I need to buy some more dish soap. Dawn dish soap is what we use, and I'm low. And I know tomorrow and Sunday we're gonna need a lot of it. Oh yeah, the I can't pronounce it. The shawami is really good. Yes, we like Indian food. So yeah, we like it. I think the best food, Indianish food I had was in the Philippines from our neighbor, our good friend and neighbor, who made us, Lorelai, what did Hottie make us? The chicken dish?
Yeah.
It's a real common thing, but basically it's chicken and rice, and they flip it upside down when you eat it, and man, it was good. I can't remember what it's called. You start with boiling the crap out of beef bones. Okay, scraps, shanks, then you add it to whatever. Oh, all right. I think there's a good chance that I've had that at restaurants. I've been to restaurants where they would, boil down their stock and use it in soups. So I think I probably have had it. Because I've gone, I'm not bragging or anything, but I've been lucky enough in my travels to be able to go to very nice restaurants over the years. And sometimes I've even been lucky enough and had somebody else pay for it. Like my college. We got a food per diem a day, right? Uh-oh. So sometimes I would just use up my whole diem on one meal. Shawami is Filipino taco. I thought that was the Indian food. That's not the Indian food? That's like a burrito, like a taco, but I thought that was Indian. From India, Pakistan. Yep, Jimmy, you're right. They call it many thousands of different times, different things. Okay, you're all done, Lorelai. But you still got containers. I mean, there's no more in the bowl. But you're right. They all just call it soup. It's soup, 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 soup. All right, now this world famous dish, here's the last one. We didn't have enough to fill it up, so I'm going to eat it just because we don't want to be wasteful. And I got to test to see how well this number one cook from the Philippines, Lorelai, can you look at the TV and see what Viking said that the Filipino taco is? It's called SHA Schwam Army. Schwami?
salami.
Shawami
Shawarma.
is a Filipino taco.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, what was the thing in India that's called something like that?
Bagamoli.
No, there's an Indian
I
dish
don't know.
that you get like on pita bread. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a good thing. It can be really spicy, and you can order it different ways. Craig is in the house. Craig, how are ya? Viking's trying to give me a Filipino food lesson today. Craig, he's helping me figure out what the hell, but I thought that, I really did. I thought that was Indian food. Maybe. Is that kind of like in a pita or a wrap with some vegetables and things like that? When I was working in the kitchen, we just throw all kinds of scraps in the... Oh, absolutely. And just let it slow boil. The soup is damn good. It is, man. It is. Craig says, hello to you, Christian. Viking in Norway, good to see ya. We're talking about food today, Craig. How's things in Australia? Are all of the people getting to come back to Australia? Are they making their way back? You guys ready to join the war? Busy getting ready. Oh, yeah, you got a busy weekend, you said, right? You got a busy weekend coming up. We're busy getting ready, too. Yep. Is it like a holiday weekend or something in Australia? It's a holiday weekend here, all because it's Lorelai's birthday. So we've asked the government to shut down and everybody else to knock it off. Oh, Jesus Christ. My bad ankle just popped. That's what I meant. Me, yeah, long ass weekend here. Yeah, it's a long weekend. It's already been a long weekend, and today's Friday. The weekend hasn't even got here yet. But Lorelai's been the one doing all the hard work. All right, all your stuff is good. It's all set up. I don't know. Don't eat that when you come here tomorrow. Don't eat that, okay? Jimmy's asking, what do you call this dish, Lorelai? Just fruit salad?
Macaroni fruit salad.
It's called macaroni fruit salad.
Then I'm making a booba.
And then she's making a booba? I don't know what a booba is, but I kind of like the way it sounds.
Remember the tapioca? You'd like to eat that one.
Okay, good.
The one with the pearl.
You're making another type of this?
No, it's a different one. What
Oh,
I'm
with the
making
fruit?
Same, that one.
Okay.
It's the pearl gel. You remember the pearl circle that you drink in the Asian store?
Uh-huh. All right. She's making something else that I'm not going to hate.
I'll put that one in the thing. Because you've been ordering that in the... If you go to the restaurant. So don't eat it.
You mean like bubble tea?
Yeah.
You're making bubble tea?
Yeah.
Wow, my wife's making bubble tea. Man, I can't talk today. What is it? Bubble tea?
Yeah, boba or bubble tea.
Bubble tea. Well, we're going to have a lot of good food besides that. We have lots of good breads from Fresh Bakery, Filipino breads, desserts, all kinds of coconut and ubi flavored stuff. She has 2 types of adobo, pork and chicken. We're having ham. We're having sliders, ham and cheese sliders along with barbecue sliders, potato salad, chips, snacks, popcorn, drinks. I'm making a new dish out of like a dressing, like stuffing from like Christmas, that type of thing. That's new with pork sausage in it. I'm making something like that. Also a spinach artichoke dip. Those are really easy. I'll get all those done tomorrow. And ribs. We're cooking ribs. Lorelai's cooking liver for something. She's already done the...
Calderita.
Huh? Oh, the calderita?
Calderita.
Calderita. I didn't know that had liver. I like that. It's
What
like
is
the...
your canned food?
Well,
The one you're ordering canned food?
yeah. I thought it's kind of like their version of beef stew. And I like it.
It's all
We're
for
having...
you.
Huh?
It's all for you.
We're having crab ragoons. We're having chicken, like General Tso's type flavored chicken. We're having some of that. We're having a spicy macaroni dish I'm making. Queso type of thing that's spicy. My ex used to bitch at me for not eating her cake. But when we go out, I will eat cake. She no longer bitches anymore. That's right. And you lost weight. I like that joke about, I lost 140 pounds. I got divorced. But I like that joke. Well, Lorelai's actually a pretty good cook. You kind of got to, get used to the new style, the new flavor, and I'm kind of used to what Lorelai cooks. She does have some dishes that are good. My problem is I don't like green vegetables. So when she puts these, what are these, leeks and things like that, I don't like that. The bitter melon, the leeks, yeah, kind of creepy. But now your wife can't bitch anymore about what type of cake you eat. Lorelai doesn't do cakes. I'm the baker in the house. Lorelai cooks, I bake. So we've kind of got that trade-off. But tomorrow I'm going to go pick up her birthday cake. You guys are going to love this cake. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait to show you guys the whole house when we're done tomorrow.
Custom cake.
Yeah, it's a custom cake. We ordered a custom cake.
Make sure it's not that.
Yeah, it's not like a Walmart cake. It's a real cake that we had custom ordered at a bakery. So, beautiful cake. Calderita is good too.
Special rice.
I like it spicy over rice. I don't like anything spicy, but my women. I want my women to be spicy. No, I'm just not a hot and spicy guy. I'm kind of boring. I think I'm because, I'm probably like the Viking of Norway, Christian. I'm from my ancestry is from his part of the world, So I would probably, like anything that's bland and boring. Maybe that's why I love potatoes. I gotta have some potatoes. But calderita's pretty good. I just don't like it too spicy. We're making 4 racks of ribs. Crab ragoon. I got those. Those are ready to go. Be ready to go tomorrow. What else? Somebody's bringing lumpia, the best lumpia cooker.
Oh yeah, you've been saying that one. Don't worry. Just texted me.
All right.
You're gonna bring your lumpia.
The lumpia cooker is bringing lumpia tomorrow. I keep throwing that out and make sure she brings it. She really is the best lumpia maker. I've eaten lumpia everywhere, literally. Especially, she outdoes everybody in America like you can't believe. Pancit. Oh yeah, we having pancit?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, we're having biscotti. American.
Sinigang, caldereta, ribs, adobo, and beef steak.
Yeah, she's having a beef steak too, like you get at Jollibee.
No.
No?
It's a beef steak. I don't know.
Well, something like that.
It is a beef steak.
Well, I'm just telling them. And she's making an American Filipino biscotti. And then, of course, a lot of breads, desserts, We got I don't know how many people coming. I think 40. I think we're planning on 40 people to be here
Planning
roughly.
30, but
Yeah.
I guess there's more coming.
She invited 30, but apparently 40's coming. So we didn't open what we did, and I know this may be a little controversial to some of the people watching my video, because I know you guys do, but just give us a thumbs up in our big community here physically. We were very selected this year in who we invited to the party.
There's a plus one. That's why their husband is coming.
But we have a lot of, so Lorelai invited, because I told her, look, instead of opening it up to anybody in the Filipino community, just handpick the ones that actually are nice too, that are really good people, and invite them. And then we'll do a better quality party versus a quantity. And that's why we have all of this excellent food. We got champagne glasses, they're plastic. And we're gonna do toasting for her birthday, for that. So, but the plus ones are coming. So a lot of the American men like to come to our house because I have American food, and you know, I always make sure the guys are taken care of. Jimmy says, I've seen your parties, man. Lots of food. Feed your guests for a week. We do. You know, that's one of the things about a lot of these parties is there's way too much food. There is. And, you know, of course, we've all talked about the rule about taking food home. We've all laughed about, you know, you got to make sure to check their purses, you know, that they didn't stuff the ribs in their purse or the pork belly or whatever and hide it. But we...
These one people are decent.
Yeah, these are decent people and don't do that. So the people that are coming that have been invited are really good people. So, but I think it's funny, but still we kind of, you know, wait until the end of the night to have everybody pack things up. So, but these people aren't horrible, greedy people. They're
You need
not.
to force them to take food.
If you open this up to the community at large, then you're going to get all of the, I don't know what you would call them, all of the users? No, maybe. All the people that would bring like $1 worth of food or a cupcake and then take $100 worth of food back home. Opportunist, something like that. Yeah, get the fly swatter taser and cattle prod. Woohoo! We're going to cattle prod them. You got that right. What's a good name for those? They're probably the same type of people that if they get married to a foreigner, when they get a chance, they'll try to upgrade to a better foreigner. You know. But those are the type of people. This is a smaller party, so, and I think it's going to work better. You guys will see all the decorations tomorrow. She's done up the garage really nice.
Tomorrow. That's a surprise.
Hello from India. Let's call you Kama. Kama from India. How are you? Thank you for the thumbs up and coming in. What's going on in India today? Is it morning time for you? We like Indian food, by the way. Not all of it, but some of it. So yeah, we didn't invite the, I don't know what you call them. But anyway. So everybody, you know, not that we're elitist or anything by any stretch. Well, I am, you know, I don't care, no, but no. A lot of good people will be here. It'll be a lot of fun. She's got games planned. The garage looks good. You know, she's got it decorated where they can go out there and sing, not sing, but what do you call that? Take pictures, taking pictures. So, huh? She turned the garage into a gigantic photo booth. Yeah, so you'll see it tomorrow. They'll have lights out there and they can do goofy stuff out in the garage. We got extra tables and chairs set up, ready to go. Tomorrow I got to get dish soap. I need you guys to remind me to buy dish soap tomorrow when I go to Harps. I got to go to the bakery, and I got to get dish soap. You guys remind me of that. That's it. What else am I doing? We got a lot of paper plates. Craig. Craig is dropping a video, a link about the thoughts on Iran and how it impacts our oil supply. How moral is it to give birth to a child without the consent? The consent considering that life is what? Yeah, Craig, let me address one thing at a time. Yeah, I don't know what, I think it's interesting. I don't know how it is affecting. I mean, gas went up here a little bit, but I think it's all part of the larger strategy that it's going to be issues right now But since the Lloyd of London's bank won't financially back the ships getting through that one little strait, America's now has said we're going to do that. We will escort you military through there to get the oil flowing and moving. So I don't know. I think it's a big oil grab. It's a change in the political makeup of the oil in the world. I think that is shifting. I think England should be more worried about things. I think financially. I do think Australia will be fine in the end, but yeah, I don't know how it's affecting you guys directly. I don't know if your gas is skyrocketing. Ours went up a little, but not. It's still lower than it was a year and a half ago. All right. Gamma says, how moral is this to give birth to a child without their consent, considering that life is suffering? That's a strange, weird question. I don't know what to tell you on that one. I think you're going like the who comes first, the chicken or the egg type thing. You know, I guess if you get pregnant and you give birth, does the baby suffer? I don't know. I guess if there's medical issues, the baby may suffer.
Tell them there's only one CEO in the company. The other must be a worker.
That's right. There's only one CEO in the company, and the other must be a worker. So who's the worker, and who's this?
Workers.
And who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gone up 60 cents a liter here. Woo, damn. Yeah, that's pretty rough. You know, I just think it's supposed to, they're rechanging for good or bad, the political geopolitics, global oil is changing. Those who have the power, that's all changing. I don't know for good or bad, and I don't know how it's going to wind up. Suppose our body burns after death. So it's, huh?
Tell him don't work if you believe it.
He's talking about if his body burns after death.
Yeah, that's the one who asking about the child, right?
Yeah.
See?
Suppose your body burns after death. So is it suffering? It is not. If the body is not alive as we know it, then it can't be suffering. Suffering is all a concept in our minds. And we would be the one suffering, not it. Because once the body is just a body, it's literally nothing but a carcass. That's why I think we bury people the wrong way. I think we should just bury people in paper bags and let Earth take them over. But we believe in cremation too. Hopefully that helps you. I don't think it probably does. Not for quite for sure what boat you want to drive down that hypothetical road. Big question for the government here is, why do we only have 25 days supply? Woo! That's not good. We have a shitload of supply here, Craig, when we're supposed to have 90 days by law. Right. Right. Yeah, we have way more than that. I mean, we have a lot of hidden oil. I'm sorry to hear that, Craig. That's not good. Very strange question. Huh?
Are they shutting down?
Shutting down?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, they have a limited supply.
Well, that's what he's asking. There's something wrong. They're supposed to have a 90-day backup emergency supply, and all they have is a 25-day supply. Christian Viking says, very strange question. It is. It is a very strange, non-linear question, but all right. Pain is subject to how someone defines it. Absolutely. 1,000%. You know, how do you define it? That's the question. How do you define pain? Are you in pain? Right now they're in India.
He's not a serial killer.
Yeah, you know. It's a, you know, everything is how you define it. I was talking about this earlier. How do you define money? What is money? You know, how much do you need? How much don't you need? So everything is based on our own perception. I was talking to Pat earlier about Ian living in the Philippines and his suicide and all of that. And of course, some people think it's morally wrong, blah, blah, blah. Some people who, you know, just think it is the way life is. And my point is, look, just because you or I believe something doesn't mean it affects other people. if, for instance, and I'll use this as an example. If somebody commits suicide in the Catholic faith, they believe that it's a mortal sin and they go to hell. That's because that's what they believe. It doesn't mean it happens, right? But that's what they believe. Somebody else who doesn't believe that will see that person in heaven, or whatever their version of heaven is. Mosquito, there you go. Viking says, if a mosquito bites your balls, would you consider that pain or happiness? Ooh, that's a good question. Now, the bigger question is, Christian, everybody out there, and I want you to be honest, have you ever heard of anybody getting bit by a mosquito in the balls? Maybe at a nudist camp or something? Even if you define pain, you will define its intensity. Of course you will. I think you're just speaking common sense. Of course. You know, I was doing some pain management stuff a while back, and they said, well, you know, what's your pain level from 1 to 10? And I'm like, well, your scale, the doctor's scale, or my scale? Because I'm used to this. I've been dealing with this for years. It hurts every day, blah, 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 blah. Today, I'm on a 4 of mine, but in your scorekeeping, it may be a 10. So that's what I had to tell the doctor. I said, well, I'm a 4. And they're, well, we need you to be a 10. Well, I said, I'm a 10 on yours, but a 4 on mine. Because a 10 on me, on mine, it means I'm on the bed crying like a baby bitch. Greg says, depends on the size of the mosquito. Ooh. That's... I was going to say something, but you know what? I just decided not to say it. And then... And of course, how many friends does that mosquito have? But now it makes me think of the mosquito in Jurassic Park, the movie, how they extracted the dinosaurs' DNA. So now I'm thinking about that. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I didn't want to think about it. How do you define intensity of pain is the same on 2 different humans? I disagree. What's the parameter? The parameter is what you set it out to be for you. Look, my happiness can't be gauged on yours. My pain can't be gauged. My sadness, my enjoyment can't be measured and compared to yours because we're 2 individuals. We see everything totally different. You know, I was telling Pat earlier, because I got kind of on a ramble, that you cannot attain happiness. Happiness is not something that's attainable or sustainable. But you can bump into happiness. And you bump into it. When you bump into it and you recognize it, you do it again. Viking says, when you have nightmares, it feels like you are awake. But also now it feels like you are awake. So how do you really know when you dream and when you're awake? There you go. That's a good question. Let's see if he has an answer for that, Viking. I don't think he will. I don't know if he's thought that far along. But you're right. We could be living in the dream state now. I mean, look, I was in a coma, and it only lasted 10 days, but in my coma, I was there for 10 months. It was a totally different reality than what I was actually going through. So, you know, some people say, oh, well, you're dreaming. I'm like, well, that dream hurt. You know, that dream caused me a lot of pain and suffering. So, the Norway guy is very intellectual and philosophical. Yeah, he is. He's a good guy, too. So, not only is he smart and intelligent, because, you know, here's how I can tell when somebody's really... Jimmy, I know you're going to love this one. Dennis is listening. You're going to love this one. You know how I know if somebody's really smart and intelligent? Because they come to my live stream and hang out. There you go. Only smart people come here. Yeah, yeah. Seems very interesting. Yes. Yeah, we love philosophy, you know. I think it's a great topic. What ifs, what's real, what's not real. Is all of this imaginary? You know, are we living in a matrix? Are we living in a snow globe on an alien's desk? You know. Craig says, bye-bye then. Bye-bye then. Oh, no, don't leave. You come here. That's how you prove that you're on that higher level, Craig, because, you know, They get to hang out with all of us. You know, look, I'm wearing a wrinkled shirt today. See? How you like them? How do you like them apples? But yeah, so I was going to say, happiness is not attainable. It's just something you bump into. It's kind of like pain. You know, what we learn as organisms, living organisms, when we do something and it hurts, we learn quickly, ouch, that hurt, so I don't want to do that again. If we bump into something that makes us happy, we go, ooh, we like that. So we do it again. That's all we do. That's what organisms do. That's what dogs do. That's what lizards do. Lizards are walking around and they eat a bug and it makes them, then they don't eat that bug anymore, right? They eat the other bug. Just the way it is. It's all right. I think Viking would agree with me. No, that's a very good topic. I have good interest in this. You know that very few people know how to think. No, I would not look. I agree with you. I will say this, and this is not to belittle anybody because I try not to do that, but I don't disagree with you. I do think a small percentage of the population are thinkers. I really do. The majority of them are, like Dennis says, they're sheep. But there are, and I would like to be a part of that, there is a population worldwide that are true thinkers. It may be 10% of the population, I don't know. Is orgasm pain? Craig, I think it's both. Is it not both? Is it not? Maybe it's this. My hands are all sticky. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's.
Hey, can you silent your phone? I'm gonna call.
What?
Silent your phone.
So they can't hear?
No, I mean, do not disturb, sorry.
Oh, hang on. Hold on, everybody. There we go. Yep, it should be that way. All right. So what I'm saying is, maybe it's both. You have pain, and then the enjoyment comes when the pain is gone, the relief of the pain. So maybe going through that process is painful, but the euphoria of the pain going, the intensity of the pain going away is euphoria. Yeah, I like that. Viking says, because the medium of smartphones and internet, woohoo! That's my point. Anybody can become brilliant, and all they got to do is ask Google. We don't need thinkers anymore because we have Google. Google will do it for you.
No.
The ones without social media, yeah. I think people without social media are the smart ones. I think people without social media are smart. I really do. Then Craig says, then you have a big problem. Testosterone, yes. Yeah. I think our world is crazy because of social media. I think social media leads to violence, suicides, but it also leads to happiness. Social media has changed the world. You got to admit that. You know, since I was a young man in college, social media has totally changed, revolutionized the world. Our friend Kema is asking, Craig, why did you say so? Any reason for that statement? So, can you have too much testosterone? Testosterone? Does anybody want to take synthetic? Does any of you, you know, some of us manly men don't need it. So, there you go. My hands are gross. But the world is what you want it to be. If you want the world to be painful, let it be painful.
Sore throat.
Your held comment, why guilt and sorrow Doesn't make sense to me. Okay.
Ang kuan. Flu-flu ba?
Ako siyang tawagan ba?
Oh. Karon, unya, tawagan ni mo unya. Unsa mo kabaw sa iyong schedule?
Well, you know, Craig, I don't disagree. I was telling Pat this earlier. I really was. I was talking to Pat and a few other people and Ken earlier when I was bored. And
Parehas na nag-ipro.
we were using Ian kind of as an example who died, who committed suicide. Well, I was telling him, you know, I'm okay with that. You know, one, it's not my business, but I'm okay if people don't want to be here anymore. I understand it. So I don't have any sorrow. I don't have any guilt for things. You know, I mean,
Na, bawa na kasi ako ang arthritis, ate. Magyapon akong tuhod.
well, I understand in that held comment.
Kuan, pa-pick up lang kang, kuan, iyon ako si Jay. Nautana na ko si Jay. Wato si Agnes, ko nga, oh.
I must have missed something. Hold on, let me get caught up. Sorry, guys.
Kay, di mo siya nga, ay, di ko mo ato. Ako'y kailay, kubot-bot na mo sa una na.
Let me show that. All right, so there we go. Now we're all on the same page. Sorry about that, everybody. I didn't see that we had a message being held. Thank you for letting me know, Viking. Sometimes I don't see very well. Ejaculation suddenly changes the mood from urge to nothingness. Then you have a big problem. All right.
Lagi na, basta ako ingan.
Lagi, bahala. Basta, aray diri ugma ha. Bahala ka diha.
So you think, you know, when that happens, you go do nothingness.
Ako yung
The message before that? All right.
Oo. Oh. Sige. Bye.
Well, if you guys in blue, if you see something hid, and if you have the ability to unhide it, if you're okay with it, you're okay to hide it, unhide it. You know what I mean? So in case I missed something, because the typing is really small. Dear guys, knows the concept of personal God who can benefit you upon worship. Oh, well, yeah, I think everybody, if you're into that, right? I'm one of these people that believe if everybody can have whatever God they want. I don't care. You know, I don't know if it really matters in the end. Religion is probably, I think there's a gigantic difference between belief and faith and worship and religion. So I think religion is a scam. I think religion is a moneymaker. But if you have faith and you believe is what's important. I don't know if that's where you're going with that or not, but that's how I see it. And every course, people join things like religion and gangs and the military because they're looking for a belonging, a following, a family. And you'll find a lot of times that's what religion does, or worship does, church does. It gives these people that are maybe bored, that feel like they don't have anything to do in their lives, to go and hang out with other people that are in the same boat as they are. So if you need human connection, then doing that is good. I don't disagree. Religion started out of personal beliefs and selling blind hopes. Yeah, I think that's a valid statement. You know, I think everything, and I mean that, everything starts out as a belief. And then we translate it into whatever we do. Whether it's, you know, Christianity, Mormonism, Islam, the banking system. Somebody believed that banking could be done this way, and they did it this way. Somebody believed the land railroad could be done this way, so they did it this way. Everything manifests through that. In India and Pakistan are very suspicious. Yes, they are. Superstitious, absolutely. There's a lot of, you know, the Philippines has some of that too. America is not very, very much that way, I don't think. Monad was the religion of all religions is based on. Oh, I didn't know that, Craig. But the new religions withheld it. Check it out. I didn't know that, Craig. Religion is I believe, just, you know, that's why I don't, people get so upset about the Bible. You know, look, the Bible's been rewritten, interpreted, and manipulated for years, right? Because every time there's a new version, you know, when they did the King James, you don't think King James emphasized what he wanted in there and took out things that maybe he didn't like? I'm just telling you.
There's always a story. There's a one page of the Bible.
Success and failure are results of patterns, reverse patterns, probability. I don't disagree. I think that's simple business. I think what you just said there is a very simple business model. I think I heard that in Business 101 when I was in college. Business law or business, whatever it was, some of the business classes I took. I think that was the frame of that, you know. Successful and is about patterns. You got to look at patterns to see what's successful. And religion has done that. Gangs, like violent gangs, has done that. You know, drug smugglers have figured out what works, and they do that. So they've studied the patterns, right? And you study the patterns, and if you're really smart, you study the patterns, and you look for the pitfalls. You look out for the negative. So if you can analyze and see negative trends, then you're ahead of the curve because you can avoid those. A lot of people will look at the positive trends. Oh yeah, car washes are extremely popular. Woohoo, yes, I'm gonna invest in car washes, yay. Well, maybe they didn't dig deep enough to find out that after a few years, the EPA comes after them. And the EPA says, okay, you know, we think you're doing whatever. And so, you know, you got to look at some of the negative sides too. Or why doesn't a convenience store work or a car wash work? Why doesn't something work? I think it's interesting. Fast foods, I think fast foods are going away. So like fast food chains, I think people are starting to realize, and I think in the next 25 years, when you go, you won't go to a McDonald's. In 25 years, you won't go to a McDonald's. There won't be a place for you to go. They're going to redesign fast food joints. It's going to basically be a delivery and takeout unit. You're not going to go there to eat. I don't think humans like to go to fast food joints and sit down and eat. I don't think they like that. I think they think it's low class. I think people think, well, I'm just going to get fast food because I need something to eat and I don't want to cook. I don't want to do this. But I really don't want anybody to know that I'm having a Whopper, you know, because it's junky. We all know science behind it is bad. We all know that fast food is horrible for us. So I'm not going to advertise the fact that I'm hanging out in McDonald's, you know, which I actually have to do once in a while. When I take the car to get the oil change, I walk over to McDonald's every time and just sit there and wait for the car because they have better chairs than Firestone does. So the pattern, if you're looking at it, right, what's your pattern in the fast food industry? You can see over history that even though they're owned by one large corporation, but they're combining like Taco Bell and KFC. The seating has gone down and down and down and down. And soon there'll be no place to sit. Maybe it'll be back like it was in the 30s, 40s, 50s, where you walked up and ordered to the window and you bugged out. Won't go anywhere, all deliveries by drones. Yeah. Well, I don't think the food is going to go away. I think it's just going to be more of a processing center. So between the drones and the, what do you call, Grab or DoorDash or whatever you call those, the restaurants are going to go away. And then what you're going to find out is, I think, they're going to have a central location, kind of like you see a food court in the mall. Well, I think now you're going to have locations where you're going to have a McDonald's and maybe not a McDonald's and Burger King, but you're going to have 3 or 4 restaurants, kitchens in one building. And then they're going to be delivering and drive through that facility. And there won't be a place to hang out. I don't know what you guys think about that. I don't know. I think fine dining will still be here, of course. I do think mid-level restaurants will stick around. I think I just think it's fast food like Taco Bell, which is disgusting, McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, those type of places. Because what I've noticed in the patterns when we go is there's nobody in the dining rooms. All the times that we're traveling and we stop and get something because we need to get, a little bite to eat, whether it's McDonald's or KFC or Arby's, there's nobody in the dining room. So why would you build a restaurant with a dining room if nobody comes in there? Maybe you could knock it down to 6 seats versus 40 and save a lot of money. Carmen's asking, what do you do for a profession and where are you from? I'm from the United States. I used to be a college professor, but I am retired now. So, and
I'm married.
I am married. I have a dog.
Good.
I have a car, 2 cars. I don't know. We're just normal Americans. We're not rich by any stretch. So if anybody wants to give us money, we're happy to take it from you. Bullshit dystopia, no cash, no choice. Yes. Craig, you're right. You're right. I'm shocked and surprised how many places you can't pay cash. And I get it from a business owner standpoint. Well, if my restaurant doesn't take cash, then my employees can't steal from me. Right? And of course, the credit card company or the Visa processing center collects 3%. So it's a win, and they pass it on to us. So we pay more. The credit card processing people get their share. The restaurant gets their share. I think the rain is starting here. Viking says, yes. I think everything's a scam. I do.
Business.
Everything's a scam. If it wasn't a hustle, I call it a hustle, like a hustle. I don't think everything's I do think there's a lot of scamming going on in the government, absolutely 1,000%. But we're all being lied to in every country. It's all a hustle. It's all yeah, I agree. And it's always been that way, Viking says, and Viking is right. Viking is absolutely correct. It's always been a scam, always will be a scam. Because I was telling them earlier today, because there's too many moving parts. I want you guys to do me a favor real quick. I want you to watch Lorelai. I got to go shut a window in the other part of the house. So I'll be right back. You guys look at Lorelai cooking. I got to shut a window. Shut this window here. Say hi to me.
Well, they don't see me. No, they don't see me.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm marinating the ribs. Hi, I'm be your host today. It always been that. Yeah. So tomorrow is my I got a salon pass. Tomorrow is my birthday party, and I'm marinating ribs. As you see, I already did for the dessert, and I'm going to slice some vegetables tomorrow, and the pork, the meat is already been sliced. So, do you feel the current financial system is a scam? Money created from nothing. Charge interest and create tax. Money created from nothing. Charge interest and then create taxes to ensure the interest is always met. A total scam. When money is produced and it's defaulted, it becomes part of someone's capital, and then loan again, suppose 100 in circulation and 200 in total debt. How's that possible? As I said, somebody born to be a money sucker, and somebody needs to be work for the sucker. That's kind of life. All right, David will be back.
I'm coming back. I'm ready.
I'm going to marinate everything now.
All right. We're back. Sorry about that.
The ribs are marinated.
There was an interview the other day that I saw of the outgoing U.S. Fed chairman. where he openly admitted that, and he was being interviewed, and I don't remember it all, but the synopsis of it was this. For the inflation that happened in America, he was asked about the money. He's like, yeah, we just kept printing money. And the guy was like, well, how do you make money from nothing? He's like, well, it's easy. You know, it's all electronic money now. He's like, so we just kept dumping money into the economy, making up money, fake money, because it's all electronic. It's not real money. So, yeah. When money, oh, you said that one, okay. Putting people in pressure to pay something that does not exist. I disagree with that. Maybe in India. In America, if you don't pay your taxes, your happy ass goes to jail. So there's the pressure.
Then why you spend that is not even your money?
Like climate change, yeah. Yeah. Fed sounds like a government agencies, but it's that's correct. It is a private corporation that runs the freaking economy, which is bonkers, and it needs to be changed. I know. I saw the history of that the other day, and went, and so a private agency has control over the financial banking system in America. Bonkers. Absolutely asinine. But that's what he said. You can watch it. It's out there. He's like, we just make more money. It's digital money, so it just goes out there. It's like I was telling somebody was talking about, I was making a joke about probably selling some bread. If they wanted to pay in Bitcoin, if I wanted to take Bitcoin, oh, it's Ken. Wanted to know about, and I said, well, I don't know a lot about Bitcoins, but here's what I do know. The fact is, Bitcoins aren't real. None of it's real. Yep. Ozzy's in the house. Good to see you, Ozzy. Hello. Everybody say hello to Ozzy. We, the sheepy, are getting the shaft. We are. The shaft is going so far up our... Making money is basically scratching someone's nose. Actually, money is making is printing. Well, anymore it's going to be digital. And that's what we need to worry, I think. It's like we just make more money digitally. It's not like I'm printing, we just keep throwing into the damn economy. So, Ozzy, how are you, buddy? How's the weather where you're at? We're having storms here. I'm waiting for a tornado to come. Or not come, one of the two.
Well, you want a tornado?
I don't want a tornado. I'm saying I'm just waiting in case it comes or not comes. Ozzy, how are you, buddy? Like the Bitcoins. The price of Bitcoins tumbled last week or something, whatever it was. I was watching some interviews of some of those really rich billionaires that you see all the time that are really smart. And the guy, they were talking about Bitcoins and the losses. He's like, it's all fake money, man. He's like, you don't understand. The whole system's nothing but fake. I can't remember which one it was, whether it was Mark Cuban or one of the real estate people. I think it was one of the real estate people. We're just simply, you don't understand. I don't have that money. I can't go get that. It's not like it's in a closet in my house. It's digital. It's virtual. Said they were talking about the Bitcoins. He's like about selling off Bitcoin because it's going down. And snow on the top, snow in New Hampshire. Woo! Still snow for you. Well, we're having the spring weather early. It's a little early for us to be getting this type of spring weather. So I don't know what that means, but we're probably 2.5, 3 weeks before this weather should be happening. But we're under tornado watches or warnings or something, the whole area. I mean, Missouri, parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Illinois, and everywhere. But he's like, if I sold my Bitcoins today, I wouldn't get but maybe 75 cents on the dollar. Because one, there's only a handful of people that have the digital money to buy my Bitcoins. But they're not going to buy it from me at price. They're going to lowball me and get it for 75 cents on the dollar. So it really doesn't exist. Here in India, crypto is making people very, very brutal. Making people, how is it making their lives brutal? How? How is that happening? Going to be in the 70s. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's 70s today. We had 70s yesterday, 70 today, 70 all weekend. Tomorrow is Lorelai's big party at 5. And that's what we're working on today, is getting her party set up. See? Got a banner. And then we're supposed to have good weather all week, but it's just supposed to be, early, these stormy thunderstorms, hail, and tornadoes for probably the next week. But we're getting in those temperatures that are really nice. I will say today, when I got up, the air was different. I could tell that the whole entire, our atmosphere changed. I had a hard time breathing this morning. You could just tell the charged particles and it's just different. And I could tell it. Have you heard about P2P? No, I've never heard of P2P. I've heard about peeing on people, but no, I'm sure that's not what you mean. I've not. Person to person, that's like started in the 90s. Oh, person to person, giving people money back and forth, loaning money like that scam in the Philippines? Is that what you guys mean? You think that's what it means, Viking? We don't do that. I have a rule. I don't give people money. Peer-to-peer works in business. How does it work? Can you tell me what it does, like step 1, step 2, step 3? Because I'd really like to know. Do you get charged interest? Is it one of those? Pay to play? Yeah. Now that works in America. If you want to be part of the crowd, you got to give that guy back money. I was giving the example earlier today about how I used to do some project management at the college. Meaning when we did renovations, I was in charge of it. And I always waited until they were completely 100% done before I signed off on the last invoice. But a lot of these companies are so used to getting their full payment long before they completed the task. And I said, well, maybe other project manager was getting a roundabout kickback to get them their money earlier. But I never took any kickbacks. So they had to wait for their money. So it's kind of where escrow system works, okay? An escrow, in my language, is an account set up that holds money to pay future bills. Like in America, we use escrow accounts on our real estate to pay our real estate taxes. So, for instance, every month I give a few dollars on my house payment, and that goes into an escrow account. And then when it's time to pay taxes, my mortgage company has the money, and they send a check to the government. So what you're saying, you guys are doing that with people? People are giving you money, or you're giving them money? I mean, I don't see how it works.
You're doing 5 to 6.
Yeah, that's what I think. Escrow means mediator locks the amount. Can you do me a favor and just give me like a sample that John, and so me and you, how would it work between you and I? Am I the one giving you money, or am I the one taking money? Can you help me out with that? Because it sounds like that thing that they do in the Philippines that they call, 5-6?
Yeah,
Yeah. Would you loan 5 and get 6 back? Is that what it is?
I guess so.
Be careful. Told you to be careful. Steady. Steady.
Oh my goodness, it dropped.
Steady. Or is it one of those things where I give you $5 and you give me 6 back? Suppose on a benigns, I don't know what a benigns is. Anybody can help me here? Viking? A seller puts an ad for selling used at 90 is the first time. So I have a car to sell. Is that what you're saying? 90 Indian rupees. Okay. So what you're saying is I have a car that I want to sell. I'm the seller of a car. I put an ad to sell it for 90s Indian rupees. This is the first step. Okay. Okay.
Commission.
And then what do we do? Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. And you notice I'm not e-begging for $5 million anymore. Did you guys notice that? Not that I got the 5 million, but I'm just not e-begging for it. I got a feeling 90 Indian rupees are not that. Uh-oh. Okay, so the buyer, you, initiates an order to buy my car for 90 Indian rupees. Right? Okay. So that's what we do in America. If I got a car and I want to sell it for 90 rupees, I got an ad on Facebook or Market or wherever. Can you explain that word to me? I don't know the definition of that word. Can you give me a definition of, or somebody else in the audience help out with Binance? You mean finance? Are you trying to say where you finance something, you're kind of the loaner? Is an exchange. Okay. So we're going to exchange the car for the 90s rupees. Okay, you're talking about a crypto exchange. So we're going to do it virtually with crypto. Okay. Craig says, be right back. I got to grab some black market smokes before they close at 1. All right, you better do it, buddy. Mediator. So somebody in the middle decides how much in crypto you should pay for my car. And he takes probably a commission, I would imagine. Yeah, a lot of questions. Why would we need a mediator? I mean, if I wanted to buy your car, I would just give you the money. When the buyer...
They're going to help this. Look like a broker.
Yeah. Yeah, is it a broker? A mediator, a broker?
Yeah.
When the buyer pays the interest to the seller are released to the buyer. So you guys have, okay, just let me walk through this. If I understand this right. I have a car to sell for 90 rupees. You want to buy my car, but you have to go through what we call a middleman, a broker, a negotiator, somebody between us,
Salesman.
a salesman, whatever you want to call them. So you're here, they're here, and I'm over here. So we got to go through him to make the deal happen. We don't do that in America. If you want to buy my car, you just say, I want to buy your car, and you give me the money, you take the car. Okay, so why would you have, I guess my question is why would you have somebody else in the line, right? Because wouldn't that just means he makes money for doing what? Now we have companies that do this, like when we buy a house in America, we have what we call a title company. That company is specialized, and we have to pay them to do research and all the legal paperwork, the deed, everything for that house, to make sure, one, there's no liens on it, that it is the person that's selling it really is their house, that they legally can sell it. Not that it's like dead grandma's house and it's still in dead grandma's name, all of that, so we have what we call title companies that do that. But if you and I are just going to buy a car together, not a big deal. We just pay you. Because why would I want to give up a little bit of my money to a person?
They don't have a social media. They have like they're paying commission.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
remember like, oh, I'm helping you, but they get a cut.
Okay, so what you're kind of saying is a person-to-person escrow helps so that people don't get scammed. So you got a middleman. You got, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why in the Philippines, when you're buying a property, the person they split the thing.
So yeah, you got a middleman, what we would call a middleman. You got somebody in the middle that's going to hold your 90 rupees. You're going to give your 90 rupees, in our example, we're going to call him Billy the moderator, the mediator, Billy the whoever. We're going to call him Billy. You're going to take your 90 and give it to him, right? And then I'm going to give him my title to the car, in our example. So then when the transfer, he gives me the 90, he gives you the title.
No,
Would that be kind of what you're talking about?
Peter wants to buy a car. Ben has a car. But John is Ben's friend that find Peter. So, okay, A, Alvin is the owner. Ben is the middleman. C is the who's looking for a car.
The buyer.
Yeah. So B asks A, hey A, how much you selling this car? Like A said, look like, oh, 90. Then if you wanna price it over, as long as I got the 90, you're good. So B is looking for C, and C look like, okay, deal, I pay you 100. Then B get the 10, and he give it to 90 to A. The 90, then A give a little bit money to B. So B is making money just to middleman sales stock.
Okay. He says that it's going to go directly. So my car title in this example would go directly to you.
Yeah, but
All right.
yeah, A will give to C, but
So
they have an agreement, but only C doesn't know how much the agreement of A and B.
all right. So
So
You're-
C is getting
Would you
hustled.
quiet for a second. The seller assets locked in custody until he receives from the buyer. So yeah, you basically have a middleman that is going to, the car would go over to Bob, right? Because he's your middleman. So Bob's going to hold the car, hold the title. He's going to take your money, and he's going to make. Supposed to be two peers or from different states. I got you. So that's what you're saying. I get it. I get what you're saying. You're saying you have a broker, a middleman. Does he get a commission for the deal? Because that's what they do in the Philippines all the time. In America, we don't really do that so much. If it's a business, you kind of do that. So I understand what you're saying. You got a middleman, a broker, somebody in the center that's going to take your money and my product, and he's going to hold it. When your money clears and he's got it, and this is all good, then he's going to swap them. What does he get? A commission then, right? So he's a middleman. All right. Yeah, here in America, we just call them a middleman. Somebody in the middle trying to broker the deal. We call them brokers. But, and we do that in real estate, but not so much for small things. We don't really do that for stocks and investments or anything. The problem here in India is, okay, is that the problem, the middleman? Is it kind of, let me ask you this, and I know is it the law that you have to do this in India? Do you, by law, do you have to have a middleman or a broker? So here we don't have to do that. I mean, unless, you know, you're doing real estate, it's really important. But a car, no. It's kind of it's buyer beware in America. If I want to go and find a couch, a chair on the internet, I have to be, if I buy it, then it's on me. And once I buy it, it's on me. Unless something comes, it's not the law. It's not the law, okay? So it's just common. So who can be a moderator? What do you have to be one of those? Because I would like to start that. Can I do that? Can I do it online and be the middleman online in India and make some money? Can I do that? I have internet. I have a PayPal account. You guys could all send me your money to my PayPal account, or I'll make a new one up for it. So, not law. Interesting. Yeah, we don't like paying middleman in America. We don't even like using real estate agents. Real estate agents in America get roughly 6% when they sell a house, when a house is sold, of the sale price. It's convenient and risk-free. The buyer receives an INR and does not release the USDT, then the escrow comes into picture. Yeah, it just seems, is that only done on currency exchange, virtual, or is it done? Is it done on everything or just financial matters? Now, I understand it if you're swapping out stocks, crypto, you know, futures, shares, you know, land, oil deals, barrels of oil. I could see having that. So it's only for crypto. All right. That's good. Because I do think there's a lot of ability to scam in crypto. I am not a crypto expert by any stretch. We only own like 400 cryptos, 400 million crypto coins or whatever they're called. No, we don't know any crypto. We don't. Never got onto it. Yeah, I got you now. I get it. I get it. And I don't disagree with you that it's probably convenient and safe for crypto. But I would never do it for a cow or a car, a hat, you know, or, you know, land is a different deal. In America, people can attach what we call liens on products, even your car. And when you buy new land, that's one thing that you got to check. You got to verify the boundaries of the land, whether there's any liens or holds on such property. It's kind of like, you know, if you got 2 people, 3 people that own the land, everybody has to sign off on it and if they don't, you know, that's a problem. So all that has to be cleared up. So you must be rich because you know about crypto. And how much crypto do you have? I have none, and I would like some. So if you have extra crypto, if you can send it to me in cash to PayPal, would be really nice. I don't want crypto. I want money I can go spend tomorrow. And that's what I was talking about earlier with that guy, that billionaire talking about crypto. His crypto's no good. You know, no matter what prices is, he can't sell his crypto. He has to take a loss because nobody can afford to buy crypto at the prices that are. And that's what he was saying. He's like, it doesn't matter what it is. You know, who am I gonna sell it to? Nobody. You know, the people that can buy it, well, they're gonna offer me, you know, 75 cents, 50 cents on the dollar. Craig is back in the house. I have purchased crypto from a guy in the U.S. via PayPal. Nice. All right. How did that go? Do you want to send the crypto to my PayPal account? I don't know if you can. So when you buy crypto, you give somebody cash, and then they give you this is what I don't understand. If you're going to buy crypto, what are you going to do? You're going to give somebody cash, and they're going to give you an imaginary coin, right? Is what happens. Am I right or wrong? So that never made sense to me. I'm going to give you cash, and you're going to give me nothing. Yes, see? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I know it's all about the gamble, and this is what this billionaire was talking about. It's all about the gamble whether down the road he can resell his crypto that he bought from somebody. Multiple options, okay? You know, and he was talking about, yes, did I buy crypto when it was pennies on the dollar? Absolutely. But it's still worthless to me, you know. It doesn't have a lot of value. One option is the person to person, okay? Directly from exchange, yes. Like going through a stockbroker for stock, which is what I would feel better about. I don't trust people, even if you got a moderator involved. I think it's the nature of humans to try to get over on people, to try to scam them, hustle them, and get what they can get out of them. I really do. I think that's human nature. It's not good human nature, but I think it's human nature. I think less than 20% of the population would never, ever, I don't know, not benefit from things like that. Yep. Then you tell you what you can buy, where you can buy from, and even down the track, expiry time, that's the plan with all, yeah, right. Right, and that's kind of what I understand. If you buy crypto, you can only use it for X, Y, or Z, right? Can I turn my crypto into a house? And that's what I didn't understand in the beginning. And I know a lot of people made money, but can I buy a house with crypto? You know, or is it just imaginary money floating around? So Craig is right. You're limited what you can do with it, and then does it expire? Does it have a time limit on what you can do with it? You got to transfer it into some other imaginary form. Problem in person to person is that they send fraud money and later police freezes the bank account. Yes. Yeah, I understand that. And that's where like in America, we never take a check. You know, cash is, even though a lot of places don't take cash, cash is king in America still. You know, if you want to buy my car, you're going to give me cash. You're not going to give me a check. You're going to give me cash. And if you need me to go to the bank with you, I'll go to the bank with you. But we have a lot of scammers. And to be honest, my friend, apparently the majority of the scammers that are trying to scam people in America are from India. We see it all over the internet, where these hackers are busting the fraud sites from India that are calling people up and trying to get their bank account information because their computer may have a virus or whatever hustle they're doing. Sadly, it seems to be from India. You know? Which country scammers are popular? The Indian are probably our biggest scamming country in America by far. Biggest scammers there. But the good thing is we do have a lot of, what we want to call them, good internet hackers who are exposing and taking advantage of that, and the laws are doing better. Total control and transparency of your money is what they desire. They do, Craig. It's kind of like, you know, it really blows my mind because I've seen those videos where people go to their own bank and they take out $3,000, $10,000 to go do whatever they're going to do, and the bank wants to know what you're doing with your money. Why are you taking this money out of the bank? You know, But it's, why are you taking your money out of the bank? What are you going to do with your money? Well, it's none of your business. It's none of the bank's business. But you see these videos online, you know, where one bank, there's one video out there of this girl who wanted to take, I think, $3,000 out of her account, and she was going to go gamble, right? And the teller she was working with, she, you know, gave her the money, and they were just chit chatting, and she said, "Oh yeah, I'm headed to the casino to go gambling." And the manager, overhearing this, yeah, it's a truck, overheard the conversation and stuck her nose in and tried to tell her that she can't do that. She can't take her money out for that reason. No. And of course, that you've seen the video about 3 or 4 years old, that poor black guy that goes in, you know, on his company business and gets arrested, handcuffed, treated like shit. Then they realize, oh yeah, he didn't do anything wrong, you know. But yet, you know, how dare you take money out of the banking system? Bank account gets frozen for 4 complaints from victims. Nice. Scammers purchase USDT from me via person on that. Okay, and release them upon payment. After 2 days, my account frozen. Oh, that sucks. Is that the beer being delivered? Yes. Yes. How did you know? Craig knew the sound of a beer truck backing up. Beep, beep. It could have been. I don't know. I got beer. James Robinson sent me some Red Horse a few weeks back. So, but I hid it for the party. Craig, let me ask you this, Craig. Am I being wrong for hiding my good beer, you know, from the party goers tomorrow? So there you go, right? That's the goal. It's starting to rain. I hear the rain. That's what I'm listening to. I hear the rain's falling. Man, we got a lot of work to do yet still. My wife's taking a needed break. She's been up since crack of dawn, slaving away, making sure that you guys are all going to have a great party. So, I just, no, keep a few for yourself. Well, no, I'm going to keep them all for myself. You know, look, one, you know, no, Craig, I'm going to keep them. I did give 2 away to a friend. The rest, I'm going to keep all to myself. You know, they don't need my stuff. You know, they're rich people come in here. They can buy their own beer. They're not getting it.
Sports cars and Maybach.
Yeah, they're coming in Ferraris and Maybachs, and they can buy their own damn beer, Craig.
What is that? The butterfly BMW?
Yeah, the one with the butterfly doors. So I stopped trading person to person via online transfer. That's smart. I started dealing hard cash and got robbed 10K. Oh my God, over a night. Well, maybe you need to quit doing all of it. Maybe you ought to just go back to basics and stick to the simple stuff. You know, if it's not working, maybe there's a message in there, right? If you're having difficulties with it, it's kind of like I used to tell people when I was teaching, if you got to kill yourself to try to buy a car, meaning you got to move heavens and earth to get this one car, then maybe it's not meant for you to do that. If you're being robbed and hustled and scammed, maybe you shouldn't play in that field. Yeah, their drivers could buy the beer. That's right. Now look, maybe I'll sell it to them, Craig. I mean, it is expensive in America. Red Horse is very expensive in America. So it's kind of like this bread here that came fresh from a bakery in California, Filipino bakery. I'm selling this. This is $5.49. I'm going to sell this whole bag for the next 2 days. I'm offering this bag of rolls. Pandi lychee rolls for 150,000 USD. Right here. Right here. We'll see if anybody takes me up. All I need is 150,000 bucks. Maybe make it 250. Can you make it 250,000? I'll give you two PACs for 250. How's that? What did you teach to students? I taught, okay, you may not know what this stuff is, but I taught environmental regulatory science. So what that really boils down to was I was a safety expert in the world of general industry, manufacturing, and construction. So I taught I taught safety professionals, how to be safety professionals. I did a lot of work with the federal government, what we call OSHA, and the Department of Labor for my state. So, yes, it was a science base. It's environmental regulatory science. So it's not science like biology, like in bugs and frogs and that, but it's science in the realms of like microbes, bacteria, hazards, poisons, toxins, also just how machinery works, machine guarding, God, you name it. Chemical hazards, I was an expert when it comes to chemical hazards cleanup, all of that stuff is what I did. So yeah, it had a lot of science in it, a lot of science, but it wasn't like biology class, much different. Ergonomics. We live in the great state of Texas. Have you ever heard of the state of Texas? That's where we live, is Texas. In a city called Dallas. Your brother works in Connecticut, nice. Our friend up here, we got a friend that lives up in New Hampshire. Hartford, Connecticut, nice. Uh-huh. Yeah. So why don't you go visit your brother? You say it's your brother, right? Go visit your brother. It'd be a good thing for you to do. Keep your old cars. New models are now becoming dealer-based correct. Many parts, chips, so you can't do it yourself. Computer won't recognize your new parts. Car not start until cleared by it is. The other thing that's happening, at least here, and I know there's been some blowback, but some of the manufacturers are saying they're going to switch. So for instance, we all have what we call it's called Apple CarPlay, right? So that you can plug your phone in and use your GPS and all of that stuff. Well, I think some of the manufacturers said they want to do away with that. They're not going to install Apple CarPlay in your car or Google Play or whatever you use, Android, unless you pay them a monthly subscription. So what they want to do is to get you to pay a monthly subscription. And even for some of the maintenance things in your car, I saw where one dealership was saying, or one manufacturer was, if you want to know your tire pressure, your mileage, all of that technical stuff that we all know about our cars when we drive them, right? Then you have to pay a monthly subscription to get knowledge of that in your car. Have you ever visited India? I have not. I would like to. If you send me some money, I'll be happy to go there. But no, we haven't. We haven't. I would take my wife. Yep. We want a subscription base even heard for heated. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Craig. And people are not going for that in America. I don't know how it's going to run out in the next 5 years. I'm sure they're going to continue to sneak it in or baby it in, do it a little bit. Well, it's only like this, and it's kind of like a little starter, and you get people used to getting poked with a stick, right? So you poke somebody with a stick once, ow, hey, but if you keep doing it, finally we get numb to it, and we don't care anymore, and then they give you more, I mean, all right, fine, we're used to it now, so we'll just give you the $5.99 a month or the $15.99 a month. But I know some of the high-end car manufacturers are already doing this. But I also saw that Ford was supposed to be going in this direction. Crazy, right? Crazy. And absolutely wrong. I don't know if you guys have this in Australia or not, Craig, but in America, stupid Biden, Joe Biden mandated that we had to have this auto stop on our cars. We all hate it. America hates it. But what it means is if you're driving and you come to a stoplight and you're stopped, the motor turns off to save fuel. Most horrible thing there is. But luckily, Donald Trump has took that off the books. EPA, it's gone. So manufacturers better stop doing that because that's a horrible, horrible thing. I appreciate that. If you plan any of it, you can visit my home and I will welcome you as a guest. Outstanding. I'd love to hear that. Even special lock screws, etc. for a plastic cover. Yes. Headlights. If you don't do it right, it will not. I agree with you. If you break their seals on your car, that's right. If you break the seal, then it's going to void the warranty, won't start. There's triggers in there. I remember years ago, the Ford Ranger had a kill switch in it that was hidden. And in America, I don't know about where you're at, Craig, but this was back probably in the early 90s. They had a kill switch in Ford Rangers. And so the kill switch would pop, but since you didn't know anything about it, you didn't know why your car wouldn't start. So you would drag it to the dealership would come and get it, tow it in, they would reset the kill switch and you're all good. Scam. And that happened for a few years in models until people started to figure that out. Your wife is from the Philippines? She is indeed from the Philippines. She is indeed. She was the vice president of the Philippines for about 10 years. And then she saw how handsome I was and decided to marry me instead. She could have been president. Yeah, that's what it was. Tow fee, service charge, you know what, 75 bucks an hour, 125 an hour. Boom, pop the switch. You know, finally it got around that, hey, this is what it is. So here's how you reset the kill switch. Because I had a friend that had one of those Rangers and he got it. And then we found somebody who told us the truth and it started getting around in the news. And you just go under the dash and push the switch and boom. But it would, if you go over a bump too hard, they said it was, I remember, Craig, they said it was a safety feature. So kind of like on a boat. If you're driving a boat and you got your kill switch in, which you have to, and you get flown out of the boat, the kill switch kills the motor, right? It was the same concept. If you hit a bump too hard, the motor shuts off. You know, kind of crazy. But I had a friend that had a really nice Ranger that was like that. Really nice Ranger. I got a friend the other day, Craig, that just bought a brand new Ranger, and I'll tell you funny about that. Yes, I heard that too. I heard something about the tractors doing this. I heard that too. I heard that it was in the farming industry and it made a lot of farmers pissed off. But I got a buddy who just bought a brand new Ranger, really nice, sports model. I mean, it's a really outstanding truck, top of the line. Ford Ranger ran $52,000 here, Craig. Really nice. For 52 bucks, really super nice, fully loaded. Well, he'd only got about 500 miles on it when the serpentine belt came off. He didn't know this. He just knew the truck died and wouldn't start and all that. So he called the Ford dealership because it's a brand new truck, 300-400 miles, maybe 1,000. Towed it to the Ford dealership. Here where we live, he bought it in another state. They put the belt back on and said there's not a problem. And I told him, I said, I wouldn't drive that with that old belt. That belt got beat up and around in the engine compartment. I'm like, well, that guy, the Ford dealership here wouldn't do anything about it. And said, eh. So I told him to call his buddy that he bought it from up in Missouri in another state and said, you need another belt because Ford should pay it. It's only 300 miles on your truck. So he finally got it up to that dealership, and guess what? The pulley, the serpentine pulley, the tension pulley was defective, causing the belt to come off. And the belt was chewed up. And they replaced it all. It's all covered under warranty. Everything's done. But I thought it was really sad that this dealership, because the dealership would have made money, just threw it back on and said, there you go. How many kids do we have? We have 12 kids. 12. 12 kids. 6 boys, 6 girls. So I thought that was, and I told him when all this happened, I said, well, you know, look, I'm not an engine expert, but I know they all run off of one serpentine belt. And if that belt comes off, there's something wrong. Belts don't come off. You know, it's just not how they're designed. So if it's popping off, you got a problem. So he agreed. And I told him, I said, you know, you got to get that belt changed and you got to figure out why it's coming off or it's going to continue to do it. How many kids do you have in India? Are you married? Do you have children there in India? They are. They're right, Craig. We have that problem. And that's been brought up. The fact that we do have a lot of people that are just part replacement people. They're not mechanics. And that's a real problem. It really is. I think, yeah. I know I saw some videos of these shops that are really busy, that do a lot of work, talking about just that. They have a problem finding young mechanics because they need to hire mechanics. So maybe the Ford dealership doesn't care because it's all kind of plug and play, right? But a lot of independent shops want to hire a real mechanic. So they can't get them. Oh, how do I accommodate 12 kids as being a teacher? I'm not a teacher anymore. I'm retired. I won the lottery. So we won the lottery here in the United States, so I don't have to work. You know, so it's easy to pay for the kids. It's really easy. And I got a friend that is over a trucking company, right? A real trucking company, not one of the trucking companies, a real trucking company. And he was telling me that he has the same problem. He can't find real diesel mechanics. The people that are coming out of diesel school are only part replacement people. Yeah, we have a very, very large house. We have a house that's about 800,000 square feet. So, the kids usually are over in the other wing of the house. We don't really see them much. They're all older children. They're older. So, they live way over in that part of the house. We don't really care about them. They'll come over and eat tomorrow, but other than that, yeah, they do their own thing. They got all the money they need. They'll just do what they want. Bunk beds. I am not married. Here, girls file fake cases on boys to get alimony, even a few days after marriage. So I am scared. I do not find solid, desperate reason to marry. Okay. Well, I don't think you have to be married. If you don't want to be married, then don't be married. If you want to be married, then you have to take the chance of failure. You just do. And the chance is 50-50. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. So maybe you got to find somebody that doesn't need the alimony, if you can, I don't know. Do girls even like you? That's the question. On the other hand, I am a anti-natalist. I don't know what's the definition of that word? Anti-natalist. Natalist. I don't know what a natalist is. Natalist. Is that like anti your country? You don't like your country? So, national, maybe we would say an anti-nationalist. Some like arrogance. They do, yes. Being not married is 100% safe bet considering the probabilities. All right. Okay. All right, so that's what that means. Okay. So, do you like girls? Do girls like you? Are you going to be a bachelor all your life? I don't think it's a bad thing if that's what you're into and if you like it, If you, I don't know. Every country, relationships are difficult, no matter where you're at. Maybe you can move to a country like the Philippines. The Philippines has a lot of single girls that are nice and won't take advantage of you too much. So as long as you can provide a decent income, they'll be really good to you. So maybe going to the Philippines and finding you a Filipino girl would be the way to go. I don't know how that would work in your country. Remember we have a friend who's from Pakistan, and he's married to a Filipino with a couple kids, and he's taking his wife back and forth to Pakistan. Yes, Craig. And there is the answer why you're not married. So Craig is saying your answer, or what you said is your answer. And which means being not married 100% safe. So you're not willing to take a gamble, right? That's why you're not married. You're not willing to take a gamble. Because every relationship's a gamble, no matter what it is. You said that you got robbed by knife point. That was a gamble. That relationship didn't work out. So just hide your money. If you have a lot of money, act like you're poor, be poor, and see if the girl wants to marry you for who you are, not your money. So that's what I did. I pretended to be poor, and my wife still told me I was marrying her. So there you go. But more importantly, it doesn't sound like you want to be married. And I don't know how things work in your country. So it's only money. You can't take it with you, right? So what if you got to cough up some alimony to the woman down the road? At least you get to spend a few nights with her. You say that you feel that this whole world is selfish. Absolutely, 1,000%. It absolutely is.
So
We live in
if
a-
you don't have the money,
Yeah.
nobody will date you.
Yeah. The world is 100% selfish. I agree. Ken's in the house, overslept for my nap, really late. That's all right, Ken. Good to see you. Thank you. Good evening, PAC from Tim. Tim, how are you? Thank you guys for thumbs up as you came in. The world is selfish. So are you worried that you don't have enough money so the women don't want to date you, and what little money you do have they'll take from you? Something like that, The other question I always have for couples is, what do you bring to the table? So why would a girl marry you? That's my question. Ken saying hello to Craig, and maybe I can just move this closer to me. Hello, everybody. Oh, everybody's in good. We're still working in the kitchen. Lorelai's slaving away, cooking. We're getting prepped for tomorrow is what we're doing. So that when tomorrow comes, we can get things lined up. We got a lot to do tonight still. I should be helping, but I'm talking to you guys instead. But from Lorelai's perspective, she's probably happy that I'm not in her way. We got a bunch of dishes we got to cook tomorrow. Lots of stuff. Plus, finish cleaning up the house, organizing the dessert table. Tomorrow, I got to go pick up her fancy birthday cake. I hope you guys all like it. If you don't, tough. We'll be doing this live stream tomorrow. Apart from the legal angle. Tim says hello to you, Ken. I think I'm going to tell you the honest truth. Wife is more expensive. Yes, a wife costs a lot of money. But I'm going to tell you this. I think that what you're doing is trying to justify why women don't want to marry you. So you're almost putting up defensive barriers is what you're doing. So you're beating them to the punch because you're afraid that the girls won't like you. So you're discarding them before they even get there because you don't want to be rejected, is what it is. So you're rejecting women based on this financial crap in your head because you're not worried about the finances. You're worried that the woman's going to reject you. Dr. Dave is in the house, boys and girls. Just call me Dr. Dave. I'll solve all your problems. Wife is... Craig, have you met my wife? No. My wife's doing a good job. She's over there cooking. Oh my God, Lily didn't get any food. I gave her some ham. I gotta feed Lily, huh? You want to eat, Lily? You want to eat? All right.
Hi.
Damn camera. Bonkers. I have no problem having a girlfriend, but I am 53, still not married because no girl has ever tempted me to get married. Yes.
Yeah.
Easier to wing and make excuses than live life, Craig says. Yes. All right. I'm going to turn the camera this way. I got to give my dog Lily some food. Turkey. Lily's got some food. I don't know why I'm always dizzy.
You're not drinking water, so.
I don't know why I get so dizzy. I get dizzy all the time. My new pacemaker. I don't know why. Let's see here. Many wanted to, but I did not feel for it. Okay. So you had a lot of opportunities, but they just weren't the right opportunities. Don't trust that the girl would stay with me forever, Viking says. Well, and Viking, until you feel that way, don't worry, you know what I mean? You got to go with your gut. Kanisha, how are you? How are you, Kanisha?
Tell them I just stick a knife on you and you don't need to feel it to marry me.
Yeah, Lorelai bribed me. She said she had a lot of money.
I need to stick on your side, a knife on your.
Everybody said hello to Kanisha. Everybody said hello to each other, by the way. If you haven't done that, thank you all for the thumbs ups. Even if an apple sits on a knife, or a knife sits on an apple, apple will be cut. The same is the concept of marriage in India, as per law. Well, why would you cut your wife? In America, you'd go to jail for cutting your wife. Right now, Kanisha says, I have the flu. Sorry to hear that. I hope you get feeling better up there. Is it cold in your state? Catch me up. Are we ready for the party? Ken says. Well, we're getting close. Greg says hello to you, Kanisha. Lorelai is still slaving away right now. She's peeling carrots. I'm sitting here talking to you. We have a lot going on, but yeah, we're close. I mean, Lorelai's going to be exhausted Sunday. Our house will be a disaster Sunday, and we'll just rest and then slowly clean it up over the next week. Kanisha says, tell your wife I said hello. Kanisha from New York says hello to you.
Hi, how are you?
So she's over there peeling carrots. See her? Wave your hand. Show them a carrot. There you go. See, she's over there. Kama says, even if the wife mistakes or husband, the law only punishes the husband. Wow. I understand that. So what you're worried about is no fault of your own, getting your clock clean, getting your money taken away. I got you. But then again, if you're really worried about that, that means you're going to be alone all your life, right? So you got to either take the gamble or just be willing to be alone all your life. Carriage for all of the bunnies? Yes, I think carriage for the pants set. I don't know what she's doing. Or for the casado? Carita. It's for the carita. Well, I almost rolled my tongue for the first time in my life. So yeah, again, we're getting close. Lorelei's made prep work for 4 or 5 dishes that we got to do in the morning. So she's got the Denagon, the blood soup. She's got the fish head thawing out. I got to do all of my cooking tomorrow. My sliders, woohoo, the American, woohoo, the potato salad, the spinach artichoke dip with the crust of Parmesan on top of it. My new dressing dish I'm making, and a few other things that I'm doing. So, you know, I like my own company. You know, Christian, I can relate to that, and I understand that because, believe it or not, I don't have a problem being alone either. I don't. I don't mind being alone. That never have ever worried me or scared me. You know, that, oh, I might grow and be alone all my life. You know what I mean? That didn't bother me. I was okay with that. I don't mind.
Yeah, because I was bored for you.
Yeah, I mean, until Lorelei came along. But no, seriously, if she would never came along, I would still just be by myself. I don't have a problem being alone.
You don't feel that one because I'm your soulmate.
That's right.
For now.
For now. Until I die, give it a few years. Yeah. Before old age. Yeah, well, you got to do something before old age, right? Because once you get old, then nobody wants you. What is worse than being alone is being in a relationship that makes you feel lonely. Absolutely, Tim. Yeah, I tell people all the time, and I'm a big believer in this. If the relationship's not working and you're miserable in it, why be in it? You know, what do they say? The saying is what? Something about, you know, like the worst thing you can do is be in a bad relationship for one day more. You know, something like that. Viking says, hello to you, Tim. Good to see ya. So I totally agree. If it's not ever going to work, if it's making you miserable, if it's not for you, then don't do it. And don't waste the time with other people. Tim says, hello to you, Viking. That's kind of what I tell people all the time about dating. You know, if you're not, about the Philippines and other countries, if you're not ready to be serious, then why are you wasting all of these girls' time online? If you're not willing to pack your bags and go to the Philippines, then why are you hustling them? Why are you scamming them, wasting their time? Not only are you wasting your time, but you're wasting theirs. It's better to be depressed than mentally harassed. I would agree with that statement. I totally agree with you. Craig asked you, Kama, what's the difference between being depressed and mentally harassed? Craig, I think that's a good question. On a serious note,
Okay,
I think.
I'm gonna use all this.
Yeah, why not?
I'm just gonna cut it half.
Yep, just cut them in half. You want me to cut them in half real quick?
Yeah, no.
Tim says depression is not fun for anyone. It's not. Depression's a bitch. I have issues with it, you know, due to my coma and PSD and blah, 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 and just whatever. I think there's times that we all get depressed. It depends on how if we're able to come out of it or not. So depression is a horrible thing. Being mentally abused or harassed, well, here's what I think. You can do something about being mentally harassed easier than you can do something about depression, right?
I hope I didn't harass you, my love.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes at the end when I'm on my deathbed. Oh, Vikings, I've been to the PH land, not been bad to any girl there. Yes, that's good. Well, that's because you actually followed through and did what you say. What I don't like, and it's not really that big of a problem for me, is the the fake long distance ones who are going to act like they're in a relationship, pretend they're in a relationship, but never make it happen. Because I think that's, I think the girl should have the right to find somebody who's going to make it happen, so to speak. Depressed can be like loneliness, yes, or harassment can be like a murder threat. Well, yeah.
Hey, just like this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I do think there's a difference between loneliness and depression. I don't think they're the same. I think they can work together and junction with each other, but I don't think they're the same for sure. Being murdered, harassed, yes, that's a problem. If you are always being threatened to have your penis cut off, is a form of mental harassment or murdered or whatever you want to say. I would agree with you there. Don't let somebody harass you by threatening to murder you. That would be a bad thing. Craig says, strength of mind can overcome both. Well, Craig, let me ask you, how do you get a strong mind? I mean, how do you get that strong mind? What my experience tells me is how to get over that is to get your mind busy with something else. Distraction gives you traction. You have to distract yourself to get traction to get out of the ditch. That's what you have to do. Because I have that problem. My head goes into the ditch and it stays there. It's hard to get out of the ditch. If my mind is cut by a knife, then I know it remains strong. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Kama. I don't know. That one to me doesn't make any logical sense or any good hypothetical, theoretical sense. If mind is cut by a knife, then how is it remain strong? But Pat's in the house. Thank you for being here, Pat. Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Are you saying that if your mind is cut, you can no longer be strong? I disagree. I think you can still be strong. You may have a weakness where that cut is, right? But that doesn't mean that you still don't have strengths in other places in other ways. Pat saying hello to Craig. Everybody said hello to Craig. Sorry, Pat is saying hello to Craig. Everybody else say hello to Pat. Because I don't think just because you get one cut means you're out of here. Well, if you're dead, you can't be anything. So if that's what you're trying to say, that your mind is cut and you're dead and it kills you, then of course, like I told you earlier, your body is nothing but organic rotting material. Hello, Viking brothers. Good to see you from Pat. Hello, Pat. Pat. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Nice. So, of course, if you're dead, you're dead. We've already got to that point.
Tell them we're using logic here.
Yeah, there is nothing after death. If your body's dead, your body's dead. You're not going to feel anything, nothing. You can't do anything. So, Pat agrees with that. Pat, good to see you. Are you getting any storms? We're getting storms coming through right now, but nothing horrible. Hello, Kanisha from Pat. So, what I'll say, if you're kind of saying this, if you're wounded, it's up to you to heal yourself. But there's a reason, there must be a reason why you don't like women or you're afraid to get married other than you're worried that they're going to stab you in the head with a knife. Or there must be a real reason why you're worried they're going to stab you in the head with a knife. I don't know about that one. We're getting Brother Dave Storms tonight. You're getting Storms. Dear host, what is your name? My name is David. D-A-V-I-D, David. A lot of people just call me leader of the PAC or PAC. PAC, capitals, PAC, which stands for Philippine American Couple. Our channel is The Adventures of the Philippine American Couple, or The Adventures of PAC for short. So, Pat's in the house, and hello to Ken. Ken. Yeah, we're just getting rain and lightning. I can see some lightning. We're predicted to maybe have bad tornadoes tonight, but we'll see how that plays out. So, Craig says, you will create it and drag it towards you. All right. Do you live in the USA or shipped it? No, we're in the United States. I told you we're in the great state of Texas. Bai is in the house. Good morning to you, Bai. How are you? How are you, young lady? 40-year-old young lady. My wife's birthday's tomorrow. We're doing a live stream at 5 o'clock tomorrow, so it will start about 3 hours from now tomorrow, or you know what I mean. So it's 8 something here. We're going to start 3 hours from now. We're having a big live stream birthday party for my wife. We'll have a lot of really good people here. Outstanding food like you can't believe. And yes, you're going to get to see me. The highlight of the night is getting to hang out with the PAC. Tim says, PAC is easy to remember. It is. Patrick is saying, hello, and good to see you, Miss Bai. Which sports are popular in the United States? Football, baseball, basketball, soccer, fishing. I do. I watch some sports. You know, a little bit of college football is always good. I don't watch pro stuff because I think, you know, I like, you know. Bai is saying happy birthday to the wife. Thank you for doing that. It's very sweet of you. Hello to Tim from the Bai lady. Cricket? No, we don't play cricket here. We eat crickets here.
Cricket is there?
No. Cricket, the sport in India. I got to do Lily's water thing tonight.
Oh, shit.
What? Yeah, we don't do cricket in America. We use crickets for fishing and feeding animals, but that's it. Pat says, I'll be right back. How crazy of cricket? We don't play cricket here. We just don't. Hockey is popular in the northern states, yeah, Tim says. Hockey. Golf. A lot of people like golf. I don't know if that's really a sport or if it's an activity. You know, I guess it's a sport. I think you got to be in good health to do it. I think anything that you need to be in good health for is a sport. You don't even know that your team participated in the world. No, we don't. Most Americans really don't give a whole lot of crap about the Winter Olympics, so to speak, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, you know.
We're busy working.
Yeah, we all have jobs, or most people have jobs. They're working, they're busy. There's so much drama in politics with the Olympic athletes being crybabies about how much they hate America, but yet they're wearing the American uniform. And America's paid for them to go and do their things, you know, paid for their training and got them over there, blah, blah, blah. But yet they hate America, you know. So same thing with the NFL. I think we're all getting tired of the woke BS drama in sports. And people don't like it. We don't like it, you know. But I don't know what the American tennis team is doing or their golf team or any, I don't know. No. I have better things to do than to participate or to keep up with that. And it's not a bad thing if you do. I mean, it's okay, but... And of course, one thing you may not understand is extremely expensive to attend sporting events in America. You got to be part of the elite group to be able to afford to go to football games and basketball games. So you're saying all 11, what sport was it? Oh, cricket? Maybe, yeah. U.S. team was all Indian immigrants representing the United States. So it was India versus India. Who won? India? The masses we do not consider cricket cool. It's just not cool. Yeah, it's not a cool sport. It's even like tennis. Tennis really isn't that cool either. They got to work hard to get us to be interested in tennis. Basketball and football are what's popular. Baseball's popular. So those three things are what Americans in the whole care the most about. Officially, India won. Nice. All right. Congratulations to them. Tim says, so there are too many Karens and woke people in the States. There are. Tim, we've had a rash of that over the last 10 years, but it's getting, I will say the tide is turning. No longer are the everyday Americans afraid of the Karens because we have a different administration that is anti-woke, which has given the average person the bravery to tell the Karens to back off. So things are shifting. Karens are no longer, that woke BS is no longer around. You know, they kicked it out of the military immediately, out of the government immediately, and society is now turning on the Karens. Even the people that supported them, the media, all that bullshit, are starting to turn on the Karens because one thing we found is a lot of it's just paid by, there's a company that's owned by a billionaire who's fronting all of these fake demonstrations. USA is minded in information technology. Yeah, all right. Woke is garbage. It's a little funny that they call woke. As for me, they have turned their brain. I know. I look, you know, back, and I thought this, and I didn't know what it meant. I'll tell you a little story. So after I got out of my coma, I had a lot of problems, still do, but I had a lot of problems. So I went to go see a therapist because I couldn't see a psychologist because my insurance wouldn't pay for it. So I had to go see a therapist. Well, she told me one day, because I am a belief that I don't give a shit what you do. You just go do you and leave everybody else alone. I mean, but I'm more of that. You leave everybody alone. You can do anything you want to do, just don't bother other people. But she told me, and this was years ago, she said, well, you know, I think you might be woke. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. Thinking she meant that I had an awakening about how the world works, right? How I was awoken to the bullshit of the planet, right? A few days later, I thought, that's a weird word. I'm going to Google that. I didn't go back and see her anymore. Like, you're not calling me that, you dumbass.
What does that mean?
Woke? Woke is where you're, you know, like all the transgender people, the purple hair people yelling and screaming about everybody, about how all these liberties and rights, and you know, you got to believe, if you don't believe what I believe, then you're wrong. So they're the ones that believe that there's like 27 different genders.
So who's woke you?
Well, that's what the therapist told me. Which I'm totally the opposite.
Well, when you wake up, you're way different.
What do you mean? I mean from the coma.
You're a different person.
Right.
Yeah. But the doctor explained that, you know, what I'm doing to you is I need to continue or you're gonna lose your mind. So I was your therapist.
Right. But I'm saying the girl called me awoke, told me I was woke. I thought she meant that I had great insight to how the world works, that I was awoken.
No,
I was wise beyond my years.
No, you was sarcastic. You want to not
You know.
throw other people, get out your your nerve.
Dear David, how much are you your age? All right, so here's the problem. It's not about how old I think I am. The question is, how old do you think I am? That's the question. But I did. I thought the girl was saying, man, I have great insight. I am, not, I mean, I'm with it. I got shit figured out. I leave people alone. People leave me alone. They can go F themselves and blah, blah, blah. Apparently, maybe she didn't know. This was back in the early days. My wife is funny. She is funny. Viking Christian says that you're funny
What would I say?
about the coma and being awake and
Yeah. Yeah, the doctor said like, there's no guarantee that your brain will be back.
yeah. Apparently, when I came out of the coma, and I still have it somewhat, a squishy brain is what I call it, squishy brain syndrome. Tim says I didn't know what it was until I looked it up for a few. Yeah, I didn't either until that girl mentioned it, and I thought she was giving me a compliment.
No,
Yeah.
you're mean when you get up. Everybody knows trying to gossip outside like, who's that big guy? Like, oh, he's so scary.
Well, so Lorelai's saying the people at the hospital are scared of me or something.
Yeah, they're all outside on the door trying to talk each other. They don't want to get in.
Why?
Because you really don't want to be touched.
I didn't.
Yeah, because you mean when you're sleeping, I don't know how many times in a day that you're being procedure. You got stabbed, you got whatever, like, dialysis every time. So they're talking outside, look like, I don't know, I thought that, look like, oh, there's something bad going on because they're all outside. They're trying to talk to each other. Then they told me like, oh, she's so, like, oh my goodness. I thought he was so kind because his wife is so nice, but man, that's a different guy.
Well, but they didn't realize what happened to me in the coma.
Hey, the doctor said, hey, it's okay. You're here. We can just say don't be scared if there's something look like what you're talking about. I thought you abuse.
Maybe.
Because they can get in. You're like trying to. Oh, let me know.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want people to touch me after the coma. I have a video on my YouTube channel. You can go and watch about the coma. It's called Coma.
Then the doctor said, look like, man, I thought he was a really nice guy because you're so nice. I never see a wife all the time. Don't even lay. I thought he was so nice. But we're like, you know what I said? Oh, do you think that, oh, you said that I'm very good. You think I'm going to marry a guy that you're thinking? And he shut up. You know, my guy? And I said,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. It's like, and said, no. If you think that I'm so nice to him, I think he deserved on it. If he's not a good guy.
Yeah.
Then I said, maybe just like, you just keep talking to him because, maybe he's shocked. And said, yeah, he's shocked because all you did, they're trying to, you almost died because they pulled the thing on what's it called? The ventilation
yeah.
and your thing, and the machines pop like, and there's 2 person jump on you.
That's why they tried to murder me in my coma.
Yeah, because you need to put in right away back the tube because they think that you're good.
I know. It's crazy, right?
Then every time they pull you out to go to the test again, then you go back again, then in the afternoon they pull you out again. Like all the machine, name it. In every machine in the hospital, you got tested. Then did you tell that there's a mule on the... What's mule?
The picture?
Yeah, there's a mule.
Yeah.
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 And you tell them that the
Yeah.
old lady that passed, you talk.
Yeah. It's all in my video.
Yeah. The old lady that you're talking, she only have 2 days there and she passed.
She did.
Yeah. But you say like, oh, that high look like me. I noticed on the 4th day that everybody passes. That's why I've been panic and pressure to the doctor. That I want this now, this now, this now, this now. So because they're trying to give up. Everybody say you're a living machine. Then I said, no, I want this one. I said, oh, when it's gonna be like, depending on when the laboratory look like. How usually the laboratory, like 2 hours, okay, then I put everything. They was pissed because I'm trying to run the show now. Look like I'm telling, no, I need this one. Then they got mad because if you're in the hospital and you have the app of the hospital, whatever that drop on the result, you can get it right away before the doctor even sees on it. Then before the doctor came, I already know everything because I Googled it and look at it, and he was mad. One of the doctor got mad because I said, "Who told you? And where did you learn that one? Oh, the one you're talking about. How about this and this one? Is that concerning? And what is this? Blah blah blah." He got really they got mad because I'm pressuring on it. Then I told the doctor, "Hey doc, just tell me, can you cure my husband, or we're gonna transfer in a different hospital?" And it said, "Look, like we did our best, but if we will transfer him, even he's in the helicopter, he cannot make it." Then I said, "Look, like so I found this one." I said, "Why you're so familiar of the medical?" And I said, "Well, I have an anatomy class. Then I don't sleep in that class." And so, "Oh, that makes sense because when I explain to you, you just kind of following on it." Then yeah, I do the doctor. Then the following day, David wake up. Man, I don't even know. I skipped the whole floor to see David, and David doesn't know anybody. He doesn't know where he at. He doesn't know he's awake or not. That's why every time that the patient trying to see, like, hey, what's his school, like, blood pressure or doing thing, he just doing that. And somebody, they're pushing, like, hey, you want to go next? I get pushed. So when I go there, look like, I told to, like, yeah, whatever my husband, it would be a vegetable. It's okay because, I asked this. Then he don't even know my name. And I said, "Hey, do you know me?" He said, "Yeah." "What's your name?" He doesn't talk. I said, "Do I look pretty?" I said, "Very pretty." "Do you love me?" He doesn't say. He doesn't say anything. They said, do you love me?" And he's quiet. I said, "Do I look pretty?" He said, "You're very pretty." I look like shit. You don't even say you love me.
I thought you were an alien.
Yeah, but I'm very pretty.
Still didn't
Pretty
make-
alien.
It still didn't. Yeah, you're an. When I came out of the coma,
You see the inner of me.
I thought she was an alien, and I mean an extraterrestrial alien. So it was not a pleasant experience. Let me tell you. So, Pat.
Yeah. The doctor even say like, "Oh, just let the wife kind of handle on it, cause nobody will come touch you. I'm the only one who calm you."
Yeah, it was screwed up. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
My wife is very engaging, very good one in discussions. Namesake Auntie J.I. Probably her name is Lorelei, or Lady PAC, Lady PAC. PAC, we have good ice cream for the party. No, we don't have any ice cream at all for the party, believe it or not.
Oh, it's a messy. We have
Well, we have some like Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars, but we're not sharing those with people. We don't have any ice cream. Pat says, "I'm back in the chat again." Thank you, Pat. Yeah, the coma was very difficult.
yeah. You even have dialysis. I requested.
I died twice in the coma. I mean, it was brutal. I got beaten and tortured. You have to watch the video because I don't want to get into it right now because it takes me down a deep, dark path. So just if you want to know more about the coma, I do have a video on my channel where it's a little long, but you can just sit and listen to me tell you the honest truth about what happened, Jimmy. Do I understand name stay? I think you're just asking what her name is, right? Not really. Guess I will stay away from the party then. Yeah, Tim's not coming because there's no ice cream.
Well, he can buy one to come. Tell him to bring it so that he can come.
Lorelai says, "Bring your own damn ice cream, Tim." Yeah, we don't have any ice cream. But then again, we don't have any.
No, we have a salad, the fruit salad.
Oh, yeah, she has that.
I'm making a buko panda. No, ice cream is messy.
Don't eat the fruit salad. It's gross.
Yeah, you think it's gross?
What? What happened?
Healthy than your crappy food, the over preservatives.
So no ice cream, but we do have cake. And James Robinson sent us a whole bunch of snacks from California. Different breads and rolls. So we're going to be serving those. We got some that we're going to share with some friends. Special friends are going to get a special gift tomorrow. It is kind of strange that Lorelai's having a birthday party. It's her birthday. But I think we're giving more gifts. We're giving a lot of gifts away tomorrow. Not also including all the food that we paid for and made and all that. So from an American standpoint, it's kind of like, wait a minute. We're giving gifts away. It's like my party. If I turn 12, I got to give everybody gifts, and I got to pay for the party. In America, that doesn't work. It's the opposite. So it's kind of like what the Philippines do, my friend, where the young ones will grab your hand and does that. I got you. So you're showing respect to the wife for doing that. So thank you for that. I get it now. I do. I know it's different in yours, but it's the same thing as the children in the Philippines grew up doing.
You put it next on the forehead or?
Yeah, the blessing of the forehead. That was funny. What was funny, Pat? I didn't say anything funny. Tim says I don't like
to that one. Remember to my uncle?
Yeah, it's weird because I'm like, don't touch me.
No, I told you to bless.
I ain't gonna bless him. I'm a fucking adult. I mean, whoops, sorry.
Did the kid is doing that to you?
Yeah, which is weird because I don't like people touching me. So for me, it's kind of weird when somebody comes up and wants to grab my hand. Yeah, kind of weird.
Touching me.
Huh?
Americans need to expose to human nature.
Tim doesn't like your fruit salad either. Good job, Tim.
Ha! I care.
And of course,
We said, Tim, that you don't like my fruit salad. I don't like the fruit salad. Well, if you don't even taste my fruit salad.
I think he's saying in general. I would like the fruit salad if it had nothing but fruit in it.
That's a macaroni fruit salad.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Whatever.
My German ancestors or family members, they make a dish out of cottage cheese and macaroni elbow noodles with pepper in it. Have anybody ever heard of that? They make that dish and eat it.
Hey, are you done on this one? We're gonna throw shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I have your food out there.
I thought we're gonna use this one for the lumpia.
Well, you
Just
can.
throw this one?
Let's get rid of it. I like fruit salad if there's only fruit in it. Gamma says, I feel you are 60 years of age. Oh my God, you've made me old. Why do you think I'm so old? Why? Why do you think I'm so old? Matt says, I haven't heard of that one. Yeah. I got a German blood, and we have some true Germans in the family. And I've had it. It's disgusting. They take macaroni noodles, elbow noodles, I guess is what you call them. Pepper, they like a lot of pepper on it, black pepper, and cottage cheese, and they just blend it together. It's gross
Put
looking.
pepper. I don't put pepper on it.
Not you, Janie. Remember Janie? My aunt?
Yeah, you're German.
Yeah, they make that cottage cheese salad.
My uncle make a tomato salad.
All right.
And they put a powder on it and they just eat tomato like, I don't know.
Yeah. 50, Gamma's coming back and saying, okay, well, maybe you're 55. You got to decide how old I am. Because it's not me that has an age, it's your perception of what you think how old I am, which is the reality. How old you think I am is your reality, not mine. I like cottage cheese. I do. I like it in salad and some other things. I like it. But with macaroni noodles, yucky. I agree. Peaches are good in that. Peaches are good. I like it in salad though. I like to put a little cottage cheese in like a salad with carrots and cucumbers and all of that. Try that sometime. Not a lot, but it's really good. It helps with the salad.
Oh, forgot. Dang it. Rio? Say it again.
Well, but I can't tell you my age. You're the only one that knows my age. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I think you're probably 25. So therefore you're 25. So I can't tell you my age. Only you can tell me my age. Only you can. So I think you're probably 25 years old.
No, he's 32.
34?
See, I'm 34, close to what I said.
All right, see? You're really, in your mind, you're 34. In my mind, you're 25. Scotty's in the house. Scotty, how are you, my friend? Good morning to you from the Philippines. Everybody's hello to Scotty. PAC is 20 years old. See? Tim thinks I'm 20. There you go. So I'm 20 years old. We are old.
I'm 18. I have a debut tomorrow.
Lorelai has a birthday tomorrow, Scotty. We're doing a pre-live stream. She's doing her birthday tomorrow. We're working. She's working. I'm talking. Cleaning up the house, getting the food prepped. We got cooking all day. We got to clean the house yet still tomorrow. But we're not that far away. We're not that far away. Scotty, Tim is saying hello to you. Hope you're doing well in the Philippines and good morning. That says hello to you, Scotty. So, we got a lot of people, but only the ones that were truly invited are coming. Good people will be here tomorrow. Lorelai's cooking all kinds of dishes for tomorrow. Hello, to you. Tim says, I am ancient. See? Because I don't believe in age. What does age matter? Age is a modern concept, right? Think about it. How long have people...
Tell him that in America it's illegal to this age discrimination.
Ken says, I'm off to do my live stream. All right, Ken, take care. Hey, yeah, kid. My uncle is 50 age and he wants 2 wives, each 25, the equivalent experience. Well, that's probably really good in theory, but why would those 2 25-year-olds want him? That's what I keep asking people. Why would they want you? And as long as you know that, then it's good. Tim says, take care. Ken? Thank you all the way around. Oh, your poor uncle. Yes. But what do you bring to the table? Why would those girls want you? And be honest with yourself. If you're ugly and disgusting and all you have to offer is money, well, then there you go. That's why they want you. And what do you want from them? I mean, not everything has to be lovey-govey, gushy-wushy, cushy. You know, most things are a negotiation in your minds and their minds. I am 65, feel every bump I got along the way, Scotty says. Scotty, I felt my body. My body.
No honey. There's no free.
Lorelai says, no money, no honey, there's no free.
Yeah, no free loaders.
There's no free milk.
Yeah.
Scotty, my body feels like it's been ran over by the semi you used to drive twice at the same time. You have a good partner, you only need one partner. That's true. I agree, Tim. That's a great statement. If you have the right partner, a good partner, then you never need another one, no matter what the ages are. Viking says, my good friend Gemma here, that I've been saying for many years. When I get to 50, I want 2 25-year-olds. Well, I'm 53 now, and I still want 2 girlfriends. There you go. Want in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up, right? That says, I agree with it. You know, the good thing, Viking, you don't look your age. You look younger than your age, so that's a good thing. I know I look, younger than my age. I'm really 99. So, and I only look, 23. So, but, Viking, someday you'll settle down. I think you just got to open your mind and understand.
He went to the Philippines, huh?
Yeah, he's traveled a lot. He's been hooking up with girls from Taiwan and Philippines and every other country in the world, man. He's probably
Famous dentist, huh?
yeah, he's probably milked more cows from countries all over the world than anybody. Guys, hello to you, Viking. Pamela says you have two good partners as well simultaneously. Distribute more love. I think it's hard to love more than one person. I don't know how you can do that, sincerely. I don't know if you can do that. So if you take love out of the equation, then I think you're fine. Hello, Jesus. Got two partners equal twice as much headache. Absolutely. And twice as much expense. Twice as much drama. Twice as many friends that are not really friends. They're just gold diggers. Two partners equals the headaches and other problems. I got you, man. I think smart people, I don't know. Sometimes I think smart people are the ones that never get married. But then again, you may be missing out on something that you never thought you would miss out on. Viking says, I have lived with 3 girls in Norway. Well, that's like 25 years. Yeah, because you're old now. 3 girls don't want you anymore. What do you got to offer the 3 girls? Oh, I can love more than one. But can you really? You know, can you really? Can you really? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, here's what I know. I know this from a human psychology standpoint. Here's what I know, Viking, and this is the honest truth, so listen up. And I know you know this. When something switches in your brain and you go, I'm ready to marry, the next girl that comes along that's not disgusting will be your wife.
Ooh. And sexy.
And sexy. That's what I mean. Dear David, your wife is making... Yes, she is. She's cooking food.
Yeah, making sounds. What?
Yeah. She's doing a lot of prep work for tomorrow's dinner. We're having a big party tomorrow. And I got to do all my prep work and cooking in the morning. Tonight, Lorelai's getting hers done. There you go. Viking says, the one wife for one man started in the 1920s. Yes. I think Tim says, only offer the pension, not the passion. There you go. What are you cooking? What are you working on now?
Yeah, potato.
Caladera?
Yeah.
She's working on caladera. 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 Calarita.
I never cooked this before, so.
You gotta do it right then. I made it once. Mine was good. She's cooking a dish that has, I think it's pork, right?
Yeah.
Pork, potatoes, and carrots. Kind of like a beef stew, but
Yeah.
pork.
Yeah. Beef stew.
But it's good.
Pork stew.
It's one of my favorites. I like the other one with the tiny potatoes and carrots.
No.
But-
Making that.
But that's all right.
Man, look how young I am. Without makeup. I look
In the old days, the man did not get on one knee with the lady. It was I agree. And it should be the opposite. The women should be begging us to marry them. Yeah. I'm with you, man. Pork, you cooking pork with it?
No, why are you always asking healthy? I don't like healthy food.
Are you,
Potato salad.
I got potato salad. That's one of my dishes.
Pork meat. Yep.
Pork and that.
With meat with tomato.
Yeah.
Ooh, you get 7 wives.
And you know why that changed, Viking? Or why it didn't materialize that way? Because so many people were jealous and so many people didn't, how to say, they were jealous that somebody could get 7 wives. So it's kind of like a competition, right? So if you're rich, you get all the wives you can get, right? Or if you're really good looking and handsome back in the day, you could have a lot of wives. So it was like a status. You could look here and see that this guy had 7 wives. Well, you know, he must be really good and rich. And this guy over here that didn't have any wives or only had 1 wife meant that he had nothing to offer. So it was a social construct, right? I think that's why it went away. Am I non-veggie? Veg? Are you asking if we eat meat? we eat meat in the house. Lorelai eats a lot of meat. We eat seafood. We are not vegetarians or vegans or anything like that. Do I like to eat vegetables? Not really. Summertime, I like tomatoes and cucumbers and bell pepper, but do I like leeks and green weird crap that she puts in and stuff? No, not really. Bok choy and hok choy and khao choy? No, not really. We both are normal. I know probably in India you guys are vegetarians, right? We got a lot of friends in India and they're vegans and vegetarians. Just as long as they make an income, yes, put them all to work. Then I can just watch YouTube all day long. That's right, Scotty. Yes, I figured you from India that you were probably a vegetarian. We have a lot of other subscribers from India that follow us on a regular basis, and that's what they are. And if that makes you happy or part of your religion or part of your beliefs, then more power to you. You know? I don't criticize anybody or blame anybody for anything. I think everybody can be whatever they want to be in life. I do think being a vegetarian can be very healthy. I do think that. My brother's wife is a vegan, vegetarian person. So animals eat animals in a more cruel way than we can ever do. Yeah. So animals do kill and eat each other. They do indeed. And it's brutal. Brutal. Pat says, I tried some vegetarian foods, not bad. No, I agree. I've had a lot of vegetarian dishes over the years at restaurants and benefits I went to and conferences and people I knew. I don't have a problem with vegetarian dishes at all. I think it's good. If you know how to cook good vegetarian food, there's nothing wrong with it at all. I mean, it's all right. I mean, a simple salad is vegetarian. So there you go. Mr. Norway, we could prevent cruelty in the way we do, not kill other humans for food. Well, who told you we don't kill humans for food? No, I'm only kidding. Of course, we don't kill them for food. The aliens kill them for food. The extraterrestrials that are here that need, how many people in India go missing a year? Do you know? I mean, do you guys keep up with how many people like just magically disappear in India every year? I mean, we do that in America. We kind of keep track of everybody that's reported missing and never found. Do plants suffer when, yeah, and now look, here's what, Tim, I think plants do suffer. If you want to go that route, kind of like what the Buddhists think, if you go down their road, I do think when we chop down a corn plant, it suffers. You pick in the tomato and you eat, it does suffer. I absolutely believe it. I think it negatively affects it. And how do we know this? Because we can see it wilt or tip or bend, right? We can see a reaction to that plant. And if it can do that when it comes cold weather, hot weather, breezy, I mean, you know what I mean? Absolutely. I think plants. Okay. What I'm asking you, my friend, is how many people in India go missing every year? So like in America, if I had a brother and he went missing, I would call the police and say, hey, my brother disappeared. And they would come help him find him, right? And so there's a report of it. So I'm asking, and that happens a lot here. So I'm just asking how many people in India just disappear. I know a lot of people in Japan disappear because they commit suicide in that forest. So I'm just wondering if you guys keep up with your numbers about how many people kind of go missing. Nope. Scotty, she did not open up her birthday gift yet. She's going to do it tomorrow in front of all of the girls. Tomorrow she's only going to open up one gift, and it's the gift. So, but I'm going to have her do it in front of all of the friends. Same thing with cutting the cake, all of that. I'm doing some MCing tomorrow. Me and you, we're going to be leading the PAC tomorrow. Well, for me, in the Bible, I follow as best as I can. It says we are bosses over the animals. We will never get as much vital and important in vitamins and so on from vegetables. I would agree. I do think, if you really want to be skinny and be here's what I think. I've never seen a fat vegetarian. I've never seen a vegetarian who's buff. And I'm not picking on vegetarians or anything, but every vegetarian and or vegan that I know, and I've known a lot at the college, were frail looking people. So, which is okay if that's how you want to be, right? And if you can sustain your life like that, I think it's great. But if you notice, you never see, a fitness model being an all vegetarian, unless they're taking a lot of supplements. No. I'm not saying they're eaten by humans. I'm saying that extraterrestrials. I have a new theory that aliens from another galaxy, extraterrestrials that are hanging out here on the planet, are eating all of the humans that go missing around the world every year. Because our alien friends that are above us are hiding out in the world. They got to have food to eat. Well, I think they're eating the humans are missing.
No,
Well,
they're eating Bigfoot. Bigfoot are gone.
No, my Bigfoot's over there. So I think aliens, extraterrestrials, are consuming the missing people every year. That's why we have so many missing people. Scotty says, I believe, yeah, I agree, Scotty. I don't think you can live on an all-protein diet either long term. I know you can do it short term, but I don't think you can live on it long term. I think there are adverse effects that happen long term. And I've known people that have tried to do that long term, and it doesn't seem to work well. Viking says, some of the people saying that all they argue with is MCD sells so many burgers. Yeah, I know, that's a great question. But then they never see how many right. That is a great, so what Viking's saying, look, the question is this. If McDonald's is producing all these billions of hamburgers every day around the world, where in the hell are they getting all the cows? Right? So some people think, well, maybe it's the missing animals, cats, dogs, humans. It's not real meat, it's fake meat, it's artificially grown meat. So there's a lot of theories about this going on. And one thing I would tell you is don't eat Taco Bell because that's not real meat. They can't even call it taco meat. Did you know that? In Taco Bell, they have to call it taco filling, not taco meat, under the USD guidelines. Right, Tim, why do people that work in health food stores look underweight and old? I agree. I don't eat anything. Yeah, I have a problem with green stuff too. Especially slimy. I like cucumbers, but I take the peeling off. I do like bell pepper. Anything else green? I like green beans, French style green beans. But I'm not a green guy either, man. I like tomatoes and cucumbers. I don't like onion. Carrots are good. I like carrots. Potatoes, is that a vegetable? It's a tuber. That's really about corn. I like corn. I'm not a green guy either, man. Right. So I understand that you haven't seen anybody dying due to shortage of vitamins and a vegan diet. Your grandparents lived a healthy, yeah, and what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're gonna die, that you can't live a long life and do your thing. But if you look around and compare your body size to a non-vegan, there's a big difference. Big difference. Even if you could find them in your own country, in your own part of the world. Forget Americans because we eat a bad diet. But look at another country that's fairly a good country, that's healthy, that are meat eaters, carnivores, omnivores. What you're going to find is a bigger person, a stout person, a stronger person. I'm not saying that vegans from India, because I know a lot, who are frail, in my eyes, are kind of weak, can't live a long and prosperous life. They are just totally different than what you're going to see in other parts of the world. Tim says, I had Burger King fake meat sandwich and got sick from it. Yes. I don't like soggy food. Bite Zero. I agree. I don't like soggy, squishy food either. That's why I don't like onion. I don't like onions in food, because it's slimy and it grosses me out. I don't mind onion chopped up really fine where you can't get the texture. Viking says something is wrong if you voluntarily can stay away from, bacon, 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 bacon. Well, part of what and I know you're kidding, Viking, but a lot of it's the religious belief or component of it. But I totally agree with you. I mean, you can't beat bacon, 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 and more bacon, and add some cheese to it. Like I said many times, when I go on cruise ships, for my morning breakfast, what do I have? I have bacon, 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 cheese, 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 and some fruit. And that's all I need. Man, I am a happy camper. What I do think is this. As somebody from Pakistan, India, a country that really doesn't believe in eating a lot of meat, that they truly believe in a vegetarian, because I've seen this, boys and girls, and I remember a lot of my workers who worked for me at the college were all international students. And I had some from India, Pakistan, many other countries in South Africa. So I had a lot of students who were vegans or vegetarians. There you go. There's a great cooking channel right there yourself. Do it like Desi is in the house. Hello, dear. How are you? I am doing great. We are in the kitchen tonight prepping for tomorrow's big party, the live stream we're going to do tomorrow, 5 o'clock. With all the Filipino food and American food. We're doing that work today. My wife is. I'm sitting here talking to y'all while she works. Party, yes. Our good friend sent us all kinds of goodies. Look at this. Fresh from a bakery, a specialized bakery in California. He sent us a bunch of bread, sweet breads and rolls and stuff, desserts. So this is Malagay Pandesal. Fresh from a bakery this week. He just got here today. So we got a lot of delicacies that we're going to be putting out. Hang on a second. Party. Yeah, we hope you join us. By the way, if you guys haven't subscribed to her, she does have a great cooking channel. So go check her out. Let's see. Tim says, notice that they don't have a serving size of bacon. I know. So the package is a single serving, or would be a reason. Yeah, I agree. I love bacon. I like the thick bacon better than the thin. David, you have contact with Indians? Yes, I've had Indian students and I've had Indian people work for me. And then, of course, I've just known some teachers that are from India, Pakistan. Oh, my God. I've known a lot of international teachers myself. So, yeah, a lot of contact. Yum, yum. Yeah, it is yum, yum. We got a lot of good stuff. You guys will be jealous. We got a lot of good stuff that's going to be on the table tomorrow. I'm telling you, we got food, we got sliders and dip and potato salad and pandesal and pancit. And, man, we got all kinds of Filipino food and American food. Yes, yum, yum, yum. Thank you. And, yes, I will check. Good. All right. Well, happy to have you. Happy to have you. You get to check out a lot of the food. So we're right now, tonight, all day long, we've been just doing prep work. Poor Lorelai is about to die. So when it comes Sunday, she's going to pass out and die. The bad thing is she's got to go to work on Monday. Got to get the ice cream. Well, I need dish soap. You guys got to remind me when I go and get the cake tomorrow. I got to pick up her birthday cake because we had a custom one made.
I have that expensive ice cream. I wanna share.
Yeah, Tim, we do have Haagen-Dazs, but we're not going to share that. You know how expensive Filipino ice cream is in America? You know one of those tubs in the Philippines is like $15.
Magnolia.
Huh?
Magnolia ice
Mag-
cream.
Yeah, Magnolia ice cream, those tubs, they're like 15 bucks here. Yeah, my wife is here. Do it like Desi has a great cooking channel herself.
Who?
A young lady named Desi has a cooking channel. That's my wife. Wave when you get a chance. I got her over there slaving away. And she'll be on the live stream a lot tomorrow because we're gonna video the whole or live stream the whole thing, and they will take over the camera with their all the stuff that the girls are gonna do. But we'll make sure you guys see the whole house, the decor, the decorations, the people, the food. You'll get to see my opening remarks, which I don't know what they are, and a toast, the birthday gift, the cake, all of that good stuff. She says, hello to you, Lorelai.
Hi.
What flesh do I eat? Well, if I can't find human, no, I'm kidding. I like every kind of meat. I'm not a gigantic protein eater. I know I'm fat, and I look like I eat 20,000 pounds of everything every day. Sadly, I'm a drug addict on sugar. I'm addicted to sugar. I'm one of those people. I'm ashamed to admit it, but yes, I'm a sugar addict. But protein-wise, I will eat any protein. I don't care what it is. Snake, alligator, turkey. I like turkey, dark turkey. Chicken, fish. I like fish done my way. So I like everything. Sheep, goat, hamster. Bring it on, baby. I don't think I want to eat rat, but I would eat pretty much anything else. Or I would try anything else. Americans aren't shy about trying weird shit. Tim, you don't eat the dirty ice cream. They come around and say, ooh, dirty ice cream? What's that? Scotty, what's dirty ice cream? I don't know that.
There's no ice cream.
Huh?
There's
Dirty
no-
ice cream?
The
Look-
one in the... Look like, in the Philippines? In the street that they scoop on it?
That's dirty ice cream?
It's a homemade, I don't know, some other call it dirty ice cream, but it's not a dirty ice
So
cream.
it's homemade, basically?
Yeah, they just gonna using their hand or something. See, that's why I call dirty ice cream.
Don't eat the dirty ice cream. I agree with Scotty. Don't eat the dirty ice cream. Like those yummy cupcakes you had. Oh, thank you. You like the cupcakes from the other day? We bought some more the other day. Here, I'll show you what we got left. Hang on. Now, I am going to tell you, I can make these because I'm a baker. I'm a master chef. Gordon Ramsay has nothing on me, baby. No, we bought these at Sam's Club the other day. I don't know how you can see them. See them? They are lemon, Oreo cookie, and chocolate. They were $11 for 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. We've been snacking on those. Let me get caught up here. I think I'm behind. Let me get caught up a second. Yummy cupcake, Scotty. No, I don't eat the dirty ice cream. In Thailand, I have eaten grasshopper. Yes, grasshopper is good. Put chocolate on it and just swallow it. Scotty says, first time I ever had cheese flavored ice cream, it was here. Yeah, I like cheese flavored ice cream. I like the cheese flavored stuff. The breads, we got some here. James from California shipped us a bunch of that. Chocolate covered, yes. Pat said he checked your channel out. Desi, he liked your videos. Jamie Logan, have you ever had Geely's cupcakes? No, I haven't. Thank you, Pat. What are they? Can you describe them a little bit? You're welcome. Cheese ice cream is nasty, Tim says. I think ubi ice cream is kind of nasty. A little bit of it tastes good. Viking, no chocolate on it, Scotty. I just ate the damn thing right off the corn plant and swallowed it. Chinese people eat mosquitoes too. Oh, all right. I know there's an African country that eats flies. They collect flies, they dry them, they ground them up, and they put them into like a bread. I can't remember what it's called, the bread, but it's pretty common there. Okay, so kind of like what we have here, but they're usually pumped a fill. Yeah, these have fillings in them. Yeah, so maybe that's what these are. They have fillings inside of them. Like the best one, which was kind of like a strawberry, had like a strawberry cream filling inside. So yeah, and the lemon one is the same way. A cupcake, I created a cupcake. I don't know if you know what mix is or halo halo. It's a very traditional, great Filipino dessert, but it's made out of ice cream and ice. So I actually turned those flavors into a cupcake. I made one and I got it on my YouTube channel somewhere under my cooking videos. But I actually made not ubi, but mix or halo halo cupcakes. And it worked. Sure did, Desi. Like the ones you have there, but okay, super decent. Chocolate ice cream is hard to find. And really, Scotty, that's interesting. Chocolate's hard to find, which is probably not real chocolate anyway, right? And are you guys eating ice cream in the Philippines, or are you guys eating a frozen dessert? Emma says, Thailand also eats grasshoppers. Yes. Nothing wrong with bug protein. I don't have any problem with it. David, you people also eat like Thai people. Well, I don't know if we eat like Thai people, but we eat Thai food. We love Thai food. Viking, ice cream. So it's really ice cream, not frozen dessert. Because here the big